How's it going, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Big Six earlier than usual show. Hopefully you're still here with us. I know it might suit people from certain areas around the world. But yeah, it's the first early one we've done for at least a couple of years. We used to do a couple of them a couple of years ago. But yeah, Chelsea Tottenham last night, we had to cover it. The mob, we covered it well. Hopefully you enjoyed that. The highlights are out for that as well. Bit of a weird highlights package, but I think it's worth watching it if you haven't watched it already, because yeah, there was an all-timer in there of some sorts. But yeah, we move. Go check that out yourselves, people. Big up Steve, SAEED, GRIZZ, TOBS, and Matisse. As always, the six are here early. We all good? How are we feeling? Is it just me that feels weird that it's early?
Yeah,
you're distracting me from my work, so yes.
Oh,
this is your work.
Slap him again. Everyone slap.
It's I meant the one that pays me. Yeah, how about that?
Slap him again.
That's not saying shit like that. People are going to be out there saying, "What Tubs that don't get paid? What the fuck?"
Listen, bro. I mean, you can't be. I want a smear campaign against you. Like, you've shortchanged me out of 50 quid in LA. You shortchanged me out of my P when I won the prediction league. Like, you shortchanged me out of. You even tried to shortchange me out of my own like patty sandwich in New York, and I took you to the restaurant, bro. How dare you? We
halved it, bro.
We didn't half shit, bro. That was mine.
Well, luckily you're the only one that can say that. So if you do start a smear campaign, then the rest of the lads will come in with the, shut this guy up, man. Bring Fuad in, man. Let's replace him, man. What are we saying though? What are we saying? Obviously,
it's a bit weird. It's a bit weird daytime. I like seeing your faces in daylight, all of you fuckers. You know what I mean? It's like normally we're vampires, isn't it? And see, like, we're shadows and darkness. Yeah, do you know what I mean?
I mean, you know what though? I think it's good for the people that are in Australia and.
Yeah, I wonder where everyone's from, man, in the daytime. Let us know if this time like suits you lot. Let us know.
Yeah, people might, because they don't watch it, innit?
Yeah, let us know in the chat where you're from. Put your flag wherever you're from the country.
Steve, but once we would start putting the flags in, we have to start working out what flags what.
I was good at geography, man. Yeah, I mean, I know the flags.
Okay.
All right, say no more. Put them in the chat.
I'm just saying no one can beat SAEED. That's what I'm going
to say. A lot of Americans.
The SAEED one was
yeah.
He knew the capital of Canada. He knew the capital of Canada.
What was the there were two trademark SAEED slogans that he introduced yesterday. What were they again?
Open with your welcome arms.
Yeah. We opened it with welcome arms.
I didn't rescue it. You know what I mean? I didn't rescue it. I don't know, man. They didn't give me the credit.
One?
Audacious.
I said it. And then I was like, yeah, let me pull that back. You know what I'm saying? But that's classic SAEED, though, isn't it? That's classic SAEED, right?
Man said that's SAEED.
Yeah, I mean, that's me. That's
not, he's saying like it's not him.
Steve, I think we need to do a documentary of. We need to do a documentary of SAEED's students. Where are they now? Because, bro.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to a birthday party on Saturday for one of them. So, yeah, Saturday. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
That's wicked. That's such a wicked one. If we could find out where SAEED students are now.
And just talk to a few of them. Just say, yeah.
Listen, I'm not going to lie, but I think most of them are in prison.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Well, they definitely didn't learn fuck all from you. So what else have they got to do? They have to go out there and tend to themselves.
They weren't learning in school.
Don't say too much, man. You never know, man.
Learning in school, man.
There's
no billionaires coming out of SAEED's lessons, is there?
Bro, you never know, man.
We might be surprised.
I've got some good wisdom and good knowledge on the world, man.
If there are millionaires, they're the brother that sends us the big super chats. They're his type millionaires. You know what I'm saying?
Is that, man? Which one?
I'm saying.
The mob bosses in the light, yeah.
Where's this party going to? Weekend Strangeways?
No. It's actually a good party. I'm actually going to get him some presents on that later on, and then I'll be there on Saturday.
Some presents? Are you? What's going? Why are you saying it so sly as well? He's just like.
Bro, what do you mean sly? I just told you, bro. Going to, getting some. I got invited. I said, yo, I'll come down and, you know what I'm saying? Like.
Oh, hold on. How old is this student of yours now?
He's now 18.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
To be honest, if he kept in, you must have, you know.
Yeah, bro.
have-
Bro, I'm
Left the impression. Left the
Yeah,
impression.
bro,
I'm gonna appreciate, bro. They appreciate the work
Left
I
the
did, bro.
impression.
They didn't appreciate it. They wouldn't have called me. They would have said, "Yo,
Yeah.
listen, that SAEED guy there. You know what I mean? We don't want to know him again." You know what I mean? Like that, right?
Yes.
But they called me.
It was the
Man.
best lesson they ever had because he used to just fuck about because he was just like, oh, yeah, let's say waffle over there, man. We're just partying here.
Yeah. Cover teacher vibes. Yeah.
The audation of the students, eh?
You weren't strict, were you? You wouldn't say you were strict, would you?
No, I was a likable character, bro. You know what I mean?
You
like,
are.
you do the work, but I'm likable. I'm not like, you know, on your case and that. They're like very calm.
Did they call you Mr. Hussein?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
What?
Come on, man. Listen, they don't play around, man. Come on.
And then we went from there. Was Domino's before that or after that?
Bro, Domino's was like, I was 17, bro. 17 Domino's, but I left after a week.
That stream that day. I turned
no.
Yeah.
But
he just started busting out these old job tales. It was so hilarious. That was unbelievable.
There's so many more, man. Honestly, that was just literally like 1/3 of it. Like, there's so many more, man. So, yeah, but that'll be for another time, man. You know, the one's there. So,
no, yeah. I remember mentors in school and that line of work, bro. And when you remember them, it's because they was good people.
Exactly.
Yeah. More times the school was full of.
That's what I like.
Mr. Mitchell. I remember Mr. Mitchell, bro. Mr. Mitchell was militant though. He wasn't like you, but he was cool.
Turkish, I got a rebuttal for that. You even remember the brilliant teachers or the notorious teachers. So you remember the ones like the mediocre ones you don't remember, yeah? But you remember the brilliant ones that left an impression or the ones that you really hated. So they're the ones that you remember. So
one of my teachers hung me out to dry once. Get on this, right? The toilets are blocked in the school, yeah, and the school was just fucked. And then they went, "Don't go in them toilets. The toilets are blocked." So I said, "I know why the toilets are blocked, sir." He went, "Why?" And one of the teachers, what was massive, like 30 stone, yeah, Mrs. King. I went, "Mrs. King's had a shit," and he went, "Oh yeah." I went, "Yeah." He went, "Sweet." Everyone started laughing and that class clown. Halfway through the lesson, he went, "Mister, can you come with me? I just need you to do something." I went, "Yeah, no worries." So he takes me, starts walking down his corridor. I thought, where am I going here now? And as I got closer, I realized he's taking me to that teacher's class. He opened the door and he went, "Mrs. King, Mr. Lum's got something to tell you. He's got a very unusual theory why the toilet is blocked." Mate, I felt about that.
Jesus.
He killed me alive. He cooked me alive and that. I was just like, so embarrassed.
He took you to the staff room.
He took me to see the teacher. She had a class of lessons of older lads. The door's open. I'm there, the thingy, like year 7 with my little tie on. And he goes, "Mrs. King, Mr. Thingy's got an unusual theory why the toilet's blocked." And then the whole class looking at me and he's looking at me. And I went, yeah, I just said for a joke that you'd had a dump. Hung me out to dry.
Someone recognize the teachers, Turkish?
Yeah, the Highgate Wood School. Like, that's why I put it up, because it is Highgate Wood School. That's where I used to go.
Oh, so that's that's one of your mates then?
Bro, people from ends will know Mr. If you went Highgate Wood, you'll know Mr. Mitchell. Like, he's the one that helped that. All the ones that didn't like certain classes and was moving mad. But
Toby, I had Mr. Payne, Mickey Payne, who was the Spurs goalkeeping coach who went to
really,
a long time ago. So if Mr. Payne is anywhere watching this, I don't know if he's still working at Spurs. I will have to Google it, wherever. But shout out Mr. Mickey Payne, ex-Spurs goalkeeper. I think he was like 2nd or 3rd keeper at one stage.
There was no rules them time. I'm not even gonna. I'm not gonna hot him up because he might still be a teacher. But Mr. Howley. Mr. Howley was my form tutor, the Irish guy, and proper Irish. He was sick. He was sick. I can't lie to you. But yeah, let's get into it. What is it? 10 minutes in? We haven't even talked about football. Where do we start? I mean, we got the big 6 game. It wasn't quite big. We got De Bruyne. I mean, De Bruyne is the breaking news. I think it was kind of expected as well, Steve, but it's still massive. It's one of the greatest Premier League players leaving. But to be honest, if you couple it up, I don't want to make this about it, but if Salah then chooses as well, that's probably 2 of the greatest Premier League players of this last 10 years leaving at the same time. But De Bruyne's announced it. Are you surprised, Steve, firstly?
No, I feel like something like that was on the cards. I mean, you can always tell by this season he's not getting the game time. He's coming on in games and he's still affecting the games, but not to the level he was. We've seen this with City before, where they are quite good at, you know, dropping these players or letting them go. He's been there 10 years. And like you say, he's been fantastic for the football club. Everything he's done, you know, he's won everything and it is to win there. So many important goals, dragged us to titles. You know, he's been a joy to watch. Never give us an ounce of trouble. Even in his pomp, when he was probably one of the best players in the world at the time, you're thinking the Real Madrids of this world might come knocking and stuff, but he always just maintained he was happy in Manchester. So, you know, he got a lot of stick when he signed. £65 million flop. You know, remember the Sky pundits that time roasting him, saying what the money they're paying for this boy is crazy and that, and he shoved it all down the throats and that. You know, I just been on TikTok then, and I got a message off somebody who said he's not the greatest. He's nowhere near the greatest Premier League player of all time because he never won a Player of the Month award. Now, if that's modern day football, that you've got to win a Player of the Month award. You know, never mind the goals in the Bernabeu and coming back from 2-0 down against Villa and putting it on a plate for Gundogan and, you know, loads of stuff like that. It's crazy. But I just think everyone wishes him well, and I just hope we can get the Champions League in the bag this season and win an FA Cup. But, you know, I think the strong room is going to America, but he deserves it, man. You know, like you said, if Salah was to go as well, the Premier League's losing, you know, two superstars, they're all-timers, and but City's got a massive job now trying to replace him. So for me, we've got to get Wirtz, in my opinion. He's the man that we need to get. I've said it for a long, long time. But I think there's a lot of big teams looking for big players in this summer. It's going to be crazy out there.
Without Wirtz, you know, and I don't put it past you.
Yeah, that's the only way you replace a De Bruyne, though. You have to go and get the best of the best in class. You can't be losing a player like De Bruyne and then thinking about getting someone that's up and coming with potential, and especially with the season that Foden's had, where you would have hoped that he would have kind of taken on the mantle, taken on the baton and just ran with it and made it his team. City can't afford to take that risk of, will Foden be the main man next year, or will he be a part of it? You definitely need to go and get another man. Even if Foden did deliver, every City team I can remember since the takeover has always had two juggernauts in midfield, whether it's David Silva, Yaya Toure, De Bruyne. You've always had like multiple threats. Gundogan when he was at his best. Yeah, even three. Yeah,
they've had three. I think even if Foden does return to his best, which I think he can, if Man City bring the right player, they have to bring the right player to work alongside Foden. They have to. He's proven this season that he's not a Kevin De Bruyne replacement, because he's not that type of player. He can offer Man City qualities like he showed last season, even though sometimes I can be critical of him. But Man City, for me, they need that playmaker. They need someone who's just going to get the ball no matter where he is on the football pitch and just create his ass off. Man City have always had that player in their team, from David Silva through to Kevin De Bruyne. Ilkay Gundogan, when he was in his pomp, he could do it as well. Like Rodri, when he got injured, I said this is at the time, I know he's a number 6, but Rodri's a deep line playmaker. The passes he makes to wingers, puts on a sixpence, splits defenses. Fernandinho used to do it as well. I think when you look at that Man City team now, when there's no Rodri in it, it lacks a passer with verticality. It lacks a passer who can just split defenses. And that's what Kevin De Bruyne did. So if I'm Man City this summer, you need to go out and get a bad boy midfielder who's so creative and who's so ingenuitive, if that's the word.
He had the best ping on him. Look, Silva and Foden are different types of passers. They can control the game, but in a different way. Kevin De Bruyne was a game changer. And what I love about Kevin De Bruyne, I know you guys are saying they need to go out and bring the best of the best and a name, but why I love people like Kevin De Bruyne and Salah is the setbacks they had in their careers in other clubs, in other countries, and they weren't the best names around. Like Kevin De Bruyne was a bit of an unknown quantity. I know he was a name, but he was a bit of an unknown quantity. Comes to Man City, but he wasn't the star. TOBS, let's be real. He wasn't the
Wolfsburg.
He wasn't an unknown quantity. He wasn't.
Relatively, I said.
He was the player. Yeah,
I said relatively. He wasn't the star he is now. What I'm saying, he became the world star, the Premier League GOAT, while he was at City. That's my point. He wasn't the biggest name going around Europe to go and get. And so that's why you love people like that. Similar to Salah, similar to Fernandinho as well. All these guys, even Silva from where was Silva from?
Valencia.
Yeah, they came and just revolutionized almost the game, man, and like became Premier League goats, man. So Kevin De Bruyne, man, just we were talking off air, like you can't replace him. Like we're talking about replacements. Like Florian Wirtz, fantastic player, but different. He can't do what Kevin De Bruyne can do.
Agree.
It was the passes like you
know he can do it. He can do.
How the fuck you got that through there?
They're
once in a decade players, guys. They're once in a decade players.
Yeah, of course. KDB is GOAT status, but when you look at a player like Florian Wirtz, right, he's a player who can open up doors. Like when you look at Man City's team now with the ball at their feet in the midfield, especially for me, when there's no Rodri, when there's no KDB, it's too sideways. Like Nico Gonzalez, we need to see what he can do, right? We need to see what he can do. But when you're looking at the players who are operating in the final third, it's too like they're dependent on guys giving them the ball so they can get shots off at goal, as opposed to I'm going to connect the midfield to the attack. Florian Wirtz, from what I've seen, he can do that. He may not do it to Kevin De Bruyne's level, but he can do that, right? And he's a young enough player that he can develop that skill set even more.
I can't see him leaving Germany, though. To be honest with you. I can't see him leaving Germany.
He's a playmaker.
I can.
Money will talk, man.
He's a playmaker. David Silva was a playmaker. Kevin De Bruyne, he's one of the best ever playmakers, but they're all playmakers. These guys, they playmake.
But the thing is, in this era, I don't feel like we're in an era of elite level passes. We're going back to the era of like Ozil's, Thiago's, Fabregas's, Xavi's, Iniesta's, David Silva's, Santi Cazorla. Like there was so many passes in that era. Right now, I feel like it's more towards like ball carrying, dribbling, running with the ball. Do you know what I mean? I can't. Yeah, it is. I can't think of like loads of elite passes where I'm like, wow.
I mean, you
can do the same with the box-to-box thing and list out players 10 years ago compared to now, and it's nothing compared to now. What ball carriers are there really?
There's a couple of ball carriers.
Musiala's a great dribbler.
There's a couple ball carriers.
Yeah, no, I thought you were talking about midfielders, though. I thought we're talking.
You want
in terms of the because if we're talking on the wings, for example, fucking ball carrying's a lost art. There's only a handful of players that you know, and most of them are in La Liga.
And then like your top passers, like maybe Yamal, Pedri at Barca, they're great passers, but they're not moving.
I wouldn't say. I think Pedri's a very good.
Pedri's a good ball carrier, actually.
He's like a.
Yeah, but do you know what it is? I agree, Matisse, actually, because you know, like I'm talking about, there's difference of passing styles.
Yeah,
you know, pingers, like layman terms, pingers of the ball. How many pingers is there? Maybe that's a new trend I'm starting. Like, you know what I mean? Kevin De Bruyne was a pinger of a pass. Yeah, like crossfield, like Trent's a pinger right now. How many is there around Europe that can ping a pass?
No, City will have their replacement already.
See, I think you've got a lot of pingers.
Sorry, Toby's right. I think Man City have got a lot of short, intricate passes still, and that's what Pep relies on. But Kevin De Bruyne gave him that switch of play, bang. Mahrez, Mahrez to go.
It's not even Grizz for me. It's not even just a switch of play. It's the fact that Kevin De Bruyne can have two lines, and he's finding the Sergio Aguero's run on the floor. He takes out two lines. David Silva.
The vision was unreal.
David Silva used to do the same.
I can't say
David Silva. That splitting pass against us was probably the best I've ever seen. You know what I mean? That was quality.
Man City. When you watch Man City, they don't have that player in the final. I'm sorry, they don't. Phil Foden's not that player for me.
Yeah, but that's what we lacked it all season. We got the striker that likes the ball threaded through to make a run onto it, and nobody can find the pass. Only Ederson.
I'm not saying Cole Palmer's in that realm at all, but I'm saying like that you're talking about finding players. That's a player that creates chances. Do you know what I mean? That's a player that looks for people when yesterday I think there was a couple transitions where I don't think he made the right decision, to be honest, but he's much more likely to find someone in that one of your strikers in the final third than Foden is at the moment.
So what you're saying is Man City should go back and
I'm saying no.
That's what you're saying.
I'm just saying.
That was crazy.
That'd be fantastic.
I was watching that Burnley documentary on Sky the other day, and when they were signing the transfer deadline day, the Burnley chief exec, he'd rang the manager and said, Chelsea bid for Cole Palmer, and he said, and Cucurella is going to Man United, so they won't let us have Maatsen. And that's what he said. And then he said City want a buyback clause, but Chelsea won't have it. And they were talking about the deal, so it's mad. I never knew that Cucurella was going to Man United, but according to that documentary, he said,
"Yeah, right on loan." I remember saying he's too good to be going on loan to Man United.
Yeah,
like, you either got to get money or you can't let him go there because he's too good for that. Like he was not that bad to be doing that, but. Yeah,
no, I don't. Yeah, they'll sort it out. They got the best manager in the world. They got finances.
For me, it's Florian Wirtz. Like Musiala signed a new deal.
Yeah, Musiala's gonna be tough.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like it's gotta be Florian Wirtz, man. Like, but you can't replace him, man. This is a big loss. I know we talk about replacements and whatnot, but De Bruyne for the last 10 years has just mashed up work, bro. Like technically, goal scoring wise, like he's put himself on for me on that pedestal of like the greatest ever Premier League midfielders we've ever seen, man. And man, like he deserves full respect.
I think
you know, like honestly, like it's insane what he's done.
When you look at the midfielders, sorry,
City had loads. Very quickly, I know City had loads of great players. Yeah, I think he was the closest thing to like the modern day Steven Gerrard in terms of one man show. Like, how many times did he bail out Man City? Like in games, and we think, yo, this guy, bang, bang, like long range shots, cross, game changing moments. And yeah, they got what I think of Rodri and Haaland's and everyone else, blah, 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 blah. This guy was the X factor. And since he's not been in the team, you can absolutely see what's lacking in this Man City. He's the greatest X factors you can find in the Premier League.
100% with both feet as well. Like for me, that's why when we did the show, that's why, like, you remember when we were talking about like all-time midfielders, that's why for me I've put him. I don't know why Steve's laughing, but that's
I can't believe GRIZZ is shoehorn Steven Gerrard into this conversation.
It's crazy. But that's why I was going to say.
But you get what I mean about game changing, carrying.
100%. But that's why I have him
so close to Gerrard stylistically.
That's why I have him number. That's
better than Gerrard.
That's why I have him number one, because I feel like
there's a conversation to be had there. I can't lie.
There's definitely a conversation. But when you look at his skill set, like he had the passing, he had the ball carrying, he had the goal scoring, he had the vision, he had the work rate, he had the athleticism. Like when you look at the skill sets, like Lampard scored goals, Kevin De Bruyne scores goals, Gerrard wins, like carries team back, Kevin De Bruyne does that. Passing, scores, Kevin De Bruyne does that. Like you look at all the skill sets of the, I would say top 3, top 4, top 5 midfielders in Premier League history, and you can make an argument for Kevin De Bruyne being as good as these players in their best skill set.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Like generally,
let's
Gerrard could tackle.
You know what it is? This one has to come when the dust settles a bit.
He's uncomfortable there.
When the dust settles a bit.
I'm just saying, like, there were some midfielders that played well yesterday. I want to talk about them.
Oh, you want to talk about Moises?
Yeah. How can you bring Moises conversation, bro? You are disgusting, bro. Caicedo to this conversation.
Listen, Turkish, we're dealing with reality. This is what we're dealing with right now. This is why I said it's a Real Madrid rebuild. Do you know what I mean? Because we're talking about the midfield market. It sounds cooked. I'm pretty happy right now, man. So let's talk.
Yeah, you're happy on one side, and then what about the Enzo side, bro? That guy.
Enzo's been playing well this season.
We watched the same game yesterday, bro. Bro, please let's not even move it there. We're still talking about
Enzo's been playing well this season. I keep telling you, bro.
Enzo was decent yesterday. He wasn't like, he made good runs into the box, and
Caicedo was better. Caicedo was better.
Yeah, Caicedo was better.
Caicedo was solid.
Since he split up with his missus, he's been good. I can't lie.
I swear he's back with her.
Is he back with her?
Yeah, he's back with her. Yeah,
that explains why I'm actually saying that. Then yeah.
I thought you were a bit harsh on Enzo, Turkish, because I actually think this season he's actually been one of Chelsea's best players. When I've watched Chelsea play,
we're talking about someone who came in with a massive reputation, best young player at the World Cup, 100 million price tag, and you're telling me he's been good. Even what you're saying is not good enough, bro. That's my point. Man can't go under the radar when I'm hearing people pick out Rice for every little thing he doesn't do or whatever. When Enzo's the same thing, more hype.
When did we start doing Enzo Rice comparisons?
No, I'm giving an example.
Team of the season level, like I said. Hold on, because Caicedo is performing team of the season level, like I said, and I said it to Toby. He didn't want to hear it, right? Now we've changed it. We've gone from Caicedo Rice to now Rice Enzo. So that's what we're doing.
I'm not comparing them. I'm just letting people. Enzo doesn't get talked about enough for 100 million signing. That was young.
That's because he's playing well this season.
Am I like playing well?
He's playing good. He's had a good season.
This season's had a good season.
Last season,
I hear it.
After a year and a half, stop it. Stop.
Allow it, man.
Fuck off. Don't you dare. No. After all this spiel, you're talking about Maddison. He's meant to be your talisman, and now you're saying, they're not talking because he's playing well. 108 million pounds.
Bro, this season,
now he agrees with me.
This season, he's playing well. So what do you want people to cook him for?
He has been playing well, but he has been playing well.
Because you don't even know what court you stand in. You're 1 minute you're on my side of the court, then you're on Turkish's side.
I want you to be fair. I just want you to be fair. I want you to be fair.
Okay, so let me speak.
Be fair.
I know for his valuation and what I expect of him, there's gears to go. I need to see him in the Champions League. I need to see him in a title-winning team.
Brother, we need to see him in the Premier League, bro. But
this season he's playing well. That's what I'm saying.
Premier League yet,
bro. In the Premier,
you think keeping play running is enough for him?
He's not just no. He's not just keeping play running. He's been scoring goals. He's been.
You're saying he's
playing well.
You're saying you want to see him in the Champions League. I want to see him in the Premier League.
This season in the Premier League, he's playing good. He's playing well.
Is this his first full season or second full season?
No, this is second full season.
Is it
second full season?
I'm gonna give him until Christmas next season before I make a verdict.
Oh, you gonna give him that, yeah? Okay.
Third full season. Okay.
Listen, he's having. I don't know.
I'm with Matisse, man.
Obviously, there's years to go, but you can't look about it.
Jack Grealish had already won the treble in his second season. I'm just putting that out there.
Jesus.
Oh no! So I'm about to go ahead and start calling
out. My God,
early shows are wild.
Oh my God,
I'll keep control.
No, that's what
he won the league in his first season. He's won the treble in his second season. I'm just saying, it's 100 million gets you silver shiny things. I know you haven't seen one for a while.
No. Other players get you that, and
you must have put Szoboszlai in this now. GRIZZ is going to put Szoboszlai in this now.
Well, he has. He's won a Premier League title in his second season.
The street is cooked. We've got a number 10. He does a number 10. And GRIZZ gives him credit for running around. It's crazy.
No, wait.
You gotta have your battles, man. Don't put Pogba in this, man. You man.
All I'm saying is,
are you saying that in a good way or a bad
way? Man. Like you man have your little debates,
man. Are you saying that in a good way or a bad way?
Man said, man wants us to give plaudits for a number 10 who doesn't number 10.
Who's the number 10?
He's not number 10.
Who's the number 10? Are you stupid? Are you dumb? What the fuck are you talking about? Hold on a second. What are you talking about number 10? This brother wears number 8. He's an 8, okay? This brother, when he was at Benfica, was playing in deep parts of midfield.
I'm not talking about Enzo. I'm talking about Enzo. You know who I'm talking about? I'm talking about SpongeBob. I'm talking about SpongeBob. I'm talking about SpongeBob.
But can I say something? Can we safely say that Szoboszlai has played well this season? Well, can we say that?
On the whole season, no, I don't think
Enzo's been better than Szoboszlai this season.
On the whole season, no, because
is that a purple patch?
Enzo got dropped for about 7 games earlier this season.
Turkish, man.
Turkish.
It wasn't first
I think Enzo Fernandez has been better than Szoboszlai this season.
According to Toby, and let me finish now before you talk. According to Toby, we've got a right back that can't defend. We've got a Virgil van Dijk.
Wait.
Been shaky. Robertson's washed.
You're such a liar.
Nunes is atrocious. Let me finish. Nunes is atrocious.
Like you said, Van Dijk wasn't the best.
You called him washed. You said Van Dijk wasn't good enough.
Thank you.
Yes.
No.
Madison's been better than Diaz.
Mute him right now because he's lying. He's
lying. One at a time.
So we've got all these washed players and not had great seasons. Yet we're the team that's 12 points good. Who's fucking been good for Liverpool? I agree with you, Tobes. Where the fuck did we come from, man?
You're such a. Do you know?
Everyone's dead. Everyone's dead in our team.
Do you know what? You are a fantastic liar. That's what you do. You lie. You literally lie on this show. You were the one that said Van Dijk was. You were the one that said.
I'm talking about this season, my broski.
Okay. And this season,
every single Liverpool player.
guys. When have I ever come on this panel this season and slated Van Dijk? Everything I've said this season, I said he's the best centre back in the league. This is starting the third. Same for Trent. Nobody here believes what you're saying. I'm talking about.
I heard you. People know.
No. I'm talking about Szoboszlai. He was a non-entity. He was a non-entity for your season for a good 3-4 months. Then he had a purple patch.
How many little players have you cussed? Okay, forget Virgil van Dijk. My bad. I'm sorry. I take back Virgil van Dijk.
You said no. Take back Virgil van Dijk and Trent, please. Take back Virgil van Dijk and Trent.
You've criticized every single little player, but it's cool. I like.
No, I don't.
I don't.
I said Luis Diaz. I said stop calling Luis. I said stop calling Luis Diaz Lucho because he's not levels. He's not a good player. He's meaty. He's inconsistent. The guy goes months without scoring, and you praise him because he scores goals in clumps. Allow it, bro. Please. The amount of players that you slate,
bro. I like Luis Diaz.
The amount of players that you slate, and then and what you accept at Liverpool because you're winning. Mo Salah has literally carried that attack this season on his back. He's having big man thing. Mo Salah is having to break records because your attackers aren't scoring enough goals, and you're telling me Lucho. Please allow it.
But according to you, media players. Make your mind up.
No. I didn't say you have media players.
We scored the most goals in the Premier League and the most clean sheets, and we're 12 points clear.
Lying. I didn't say you have media players.
Salah and Virgil van Dijk.
No, not true.
This is why I know you don't know how to build a team. You don't know what a championship winning team.
Because stop lying. Why do you? But I don't get why you have to lie. I've come on here. No, you're a liar. I've come on here. I've praised Gakpo. I rate
my players meaty all season apart from Rodrigo.
I called 2 players. I said Szoboszlai isn't good, and I said Diaz is meaty. Who else?
That's bullshit.
How is it bullshit? The same way you said Darwin Nunez was good last season. I told you he isn't good. And now all of a sudden, this season, he's not good enough.
Liar. I never said Nunez is good ever in my life.
Matisse, Turkish. SAEED. When were you criticizing Nunez? What was this guy saying? I'm gonna get.
He didn't want Nunez when he came, though.
He didn't want him, but he was saying as long as Liverpool winning, it says as long as Liverpool winning, it's not a problem.
If he's effective, like we've had that argument about Grealish. If Grealish is effective in a title-winning season, until he's not effective, you can't criticize.
As I said, Grizz.
Then you can criticize.
As I said, Grizz, you are literally a prime example of winning bias. If your team is winning, everyone's the best thing since sliced bread. You can't criticize our players. You can't.
You're lying now. Now you're lying.
No, you are. It's a fact. It's been proven. You're lying because Luis Diaz. If I gave you metrics behind Luis Diaz this season and you put it in a team like Man United, you would not be calling this guy Lucho. You wouldn't. Sorry, you would not be calling him Lucho.
I watch the guy every week, and he I watch the guy every single week, every single minute. Yeah, and I'm telling you now, for the first 3 months, he was probably our best attacker. Yeah. Now he's had a rough patch, but you to compare it, how the argument started for people that didn't watch the stream is you said Maddison has been better this season, and I
didn't.
You said Maddison's been better than Diaz.
Better than who?
You did say that.
Diaz
on this stream.
No, yesterday.
No, last night.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm not talking about today. I'm talking about today.
You guys agree with that? The rest of you that didn't.
That's what he said. Yeah. No, I don't.
He said Maddison has been better than Diaz.
Yes, I don't think Diaz has been good this season, and I don't think Maddison has been good.
I think Diaz started well.
Too. I don't want to pick either.
I don't really think either.
Madison has been better than Diaz.
It's a mid-off. I can't lie. It's a mid-off. It's not even worth it.
You two.
It's a mad mid-off.
I don't know why
that's a mad mid-off. I'll be real. I don't really know what to say.
I'm going to set up.
We've gone from De Bruyne. We've gone from talking about De Bruyne to you lot arguing about Madison and
yeah, but Saeed, we can't talk about De Bruyne. We have to talk about what we're doing right now.
Because do you know how this convo went? It went from De Bruyne, then this guy mentioned Caicedo. So
Can I just say something? If Mo Salah leaves, I don't want a 2-hour fucking special on Mo Salah when you've given Kevin De Bruyne.
I actually agree.
We won't be having one. We weren't going to have a 2-hour special on De Bruyne. Games have happened. We've got to talk about the games. All I'm saying is, last time I spoke about Caicedo on here,
you just started talking talk about Enzo Fernandez. Who gives a fuck about that?
Because yesterday we played and he played well. He scored the winning
No,
goal.
but let me. But
Hold on a second. No. Do you know what the problem is? When this guy actually has a good game, nobody wants to talk about it. It's the same with Caicedo. But then when he has bad games, games, you lot have all of the fucking figures from the transfers. Oh, they cost 100 and this, they cost 100 and that. So when they're fucking playing well, let's talk about it. Last time I talk about Caicedo on this channel, he's like, oh, he's not in the team of the season. Oh, no, he can't possibly be in the team of the season. Chelsea are 5th. Oh, rare. What did you see his performance yesterday? But nobody wants to speak on it. Brother was 100% for tackles, 100% for duels, carrying a yellow card, could have got injured twice in that game, hacked down, should have been a red. Brilliant performance, dominated the game in a London derby. Nobody has anything to say on it. Ain't got no words to say on it.
No, but can I?
If Caicedo played for Man City, Steve would be waxing lyrical about him.
No, but can I say?
We'd probably win in the league. We wouldn't be 5th.
So if you win the league, unless you win the league, you can't praise your players.
No, I just don't get gassed about shit like that. You know what I mean? Because you played Spurs, who were 14th, and you beat them 1-0. You was all to
Who cares? You played Tottenham, you lost 3-0 to them at home.
Yeah, did we go on about it? We beat him as well. Away the other week. Did we go on about it?
We haven't even spoken about the game. We haven't spoken about it. That's what I want to say.
No one's asked about the game, man. No one's asked about the game.
Okay. Let's be neutral here. I'm ready. Can we split it? I'm ready to praise Caicedo because I agree. I think Caicedo.
I agree.
But I'm not ready to praise Enzo yet. Please.
Fine.
Is that
just praise someone. Just do something.
No, but
yes.
No, but you know,
Enzo,
I gotta draw it back a bit.
Yeah.
I gotta draw it back a bit. Maybe I lost control a bit. The conversation was entertaining, so I left it. Matisse is flipping for no reason because we was gonna go into Chelsea. But I agree with Steve that listen, if this is an Arsenal player after 10 years of shutting down the Premier League, breaking records and doing shit, and you man try move it on to fucking Caicedo 7 minutes into talking about one of our greatest players, I'm shutting everything down, bro.
Yeah. I agree.
The camera was nearly coming off. I was getting off.
Are we going to have a documentary? Are we going to have a documentary?
That's why I don't get why.
He deserves a documentary for what he did.
Yeah, but Matisse changed it.
This is a pre-record, man. The fuck? Look at the title. Do a fucking pre-record. Let's get to the studio. Let's talk about Kevin De Bruyne. The fuck?
It is a pre-record.
Let's get edited. Let's get all his best moments up on screen.
You didn't even say one sentence about him, bro. You didn't say nothing about De Bruyne.
Do you want me to be honest? He should have been at my club. I'm a bit sorry.
Put it out there on Instagram saying the biggest mistake our club ever made.
Facts. I'm fuming.
And then Salah as well. He's gonna do the same thing.
Salah, I'm doing the same thing with Salah, 100%.
Oh, your club.
Should have been at my club.
He's gonna move it on to Madueke when Salah leaves. That's what he's gonna do.
Instead, we had to watch Nito on Scamcho on the wins yesterday. Nito on Scamcho.
And you know what? I regret. I've always said this. I regret De Bruyne more than Salah because when we had De Bruyne, it was obvious. It was so obvious he was going to be a top player. It was so obvious. Like he had 2 top feet in terms of left foot, right foot. He had the vision. He had the shooting. You could see he just needed confidence. He was always a confidence player. I think at that age, he was very like timid and he was quite. His personality was inverted. You want to call it that? Do you know what I mean? Whereas Salah was a little bit more rough around the edges, but. Yeah, man, big regrets. We could have had an icon at our club.
You know what we're gonna do though? You know what? We are linking up in 2 weeks. I'm gonna put down the agenda. De Bruyne's legacy, Premier League legacy. I think it is worth a video in itself as well because he is bro. He's up there with all the names that we all talked about over the years when we're talking about all timers, and the dust ain't gonna settle until maybe a year or 2 later when you look back and you look at what the league is producing now potentially. But
the dust is settling now. Because he's not really played this season, and you can see the impact. There's no midfielder in the league that comes close to what he does. No midfielder in the league.
And your other pros as well. When you've seen the people coming out today now after the news talking about him and that, and the players saying things, and like I say, Chelsea did drop the bag with him, but he went to Wolfsburg, and people were saying it was a flop. We took a gamble on him. It was a lot of money at the time. But he came back to Chelsea that season. We won 1-0, and you could see when he scored that goal, he had a lot on his fucking head with it. But it's just the moments for me. I mean, I went to Wolves a few years ago, and we wasn't great. He scored 4, man. And he's and then it was just like, I remember in the Bernabeu the other year on the treble season, we needed something. He pulls it out. And just the that Aston Villa game, Liverpool are going to win the league. We're 2-0 down. Kevin De Bruyne just gets a grip of the game and just starts pulling strings. And remember the Leroy Sané Sterling season, some of the balls he played from deep, and then Sané just run right onto it and stuff. It's like, when you've watched him, I'm privileged enough to watch him, and like you say, it's fantastic. And I feel like, I mean, certain City players don't get credit. You know, people will always say it. I feel like if Aguero played for Arsenal or United or Liverpool, he'd be talked about more. Because he's from City, it's like, oh yeah, he's City, innit? Brushed under the carpet. But with Kevin De Bruyne, you can't brush him under the carpet. He's 6 Premier League titles, a treble, you know what I mean? 4 in a row. Everything that Man City have done the last decade, he's been a part of. And like you say, it's just, I think, you know, I'm guilty of it though. You know, sometimes you look at a player and you think, yeah, he was good in. And then, you know, when Sky do them little things like 100 goals, or they put the best midfielders, and you actually watch it and you go, fucking hell, I remember that. And then you're like, it just hits you, you know, what you've been watching over the years and that. And I think with Kev, you know, fuck Manager of the Month awards. He's never going to win a Manager of the Month award because he's consistently good all the time. David Silva was exactly the same. He was an 8 out of 10 every game. So he just looked like he was coasting, but his coasting was better than everybody else. You know what I mean? But I feel like he'll get his credit and stuff for what he's done. But yeah, it just happens in football. I've done it. I've seen it over the years. And like you say, Man City now have got to go out and try and get somebody to do his job. And I think that's going to be very, very difficult.
You're going to have to mold someone to do his job, because there's no ready-made De Bruyne's out there anymore. That's for sure. No. Even his goal 2 years ago against Arsenal, when he just, that near post 25-yard finish, he just stroked it in. Like, when I saw that, I was like, fuck it.
When he come on from his comeback Newcastle last season, he'd been out for how many months? He comes on the pitch, strokes one in the bottom corner, and then I think he set Oscar Bob up for the winner late on and stuff like that. But this season, he's been coming on, and then what's been happening with him is he's not been having that impact, and some of the things he's been trying to get off have not been happening. And he's looked. The word I'm going to use, he's looked very frustrated. He's been ranting and raving a lot at himself. Well, he's been ranting and raving a lot at the other players, but I feel like it's more out of frustration on himself. And that's when you look at Kev, 33, I think.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know
what? That last operation, the scar on it, and then I think in that treble documentary, there's a point when he said, "I've been playing 50 odd games for the last fucking 6 seasons on the trot or something," and you know, things are starting to go. And I feel like, and if you look at him, no disrespect, he's not built like a footballer. You know, after 80 minutes, he's bright red, he's ginger madhead, he's bright red. He'll take his top off. He's not like the modern day footballer now, ripped, 6-packed up to death.
Would you say he's got Matisse's build?
Yeah, minus the tits.
Whoa. You don't know what De Bruyne got under that shirt, bro.
Kevin De Bruyne is an athlete, mate. He's not got moves like Matisse. Yeah?
When did this become a slander session on my fitness?
Please, can you just?
Because you can't run TOBS, really. Let's be honest.
What are you talking about?
You're not really covering ground like that, bro.
What are you talking about?
You're not covering ground like that.
I literally
you're too stocky, bro. You're too stocky.
I run like 8 to 10 kilometers.
You turn like a bus, brother. You couldn't turn. If someone came, to press you, bro, you'd be fucked, bro. Let's be honest. You're not press resistant. You're not press resistant. Are you talking
about long distance, or are you talking about agility? That's what I want to understand.
He's running. If he was a football player, he'd be Matic.
No, long distance. TOBS runs the most here, easy.
Bro,
easy.
Bro,
but if Matisse runs like this, that's what you mean. Matisse
but I'm twisting and turning way better.
That's why I asked. Is it long distance running or is it agility? Because if it's long distance running, you're not beating me. If it's agility, you're beating me. 100%.
Fair. All right, cool.
Anyway,
so respect me, innit?
Anyway, you man, remember 22nd when we link up De Bruyne. We'll talk about his legacy. Because I think that needs to come out before the season ends, and maybe Salah can let us know what he's doing as well. So if we need to do one for him, Grizz, then you'll let us know. Sure.
Hopefully Salah this season.
Hopefully, man.
Let me do the super chats. Let me do the super chats on the subject, because there is a fair few. I'll start with the De Bruyne ones anyway. Well, this one's a bit different. Let me keep that for later. Blicky says, I'll speak on De Bruyne, Arsenal fan, but one of the best midfielders I've ever seen in the Premier League. Easily walks into a Prem all-time 11 for me. And even though he decimated my team so many times that it felt personal, I'll miss him. Yeah. Giovanni says, keep the midday streams, lots of energy. Yeah, got
True, you know, like everyone's on it today, man. Mad.
We'll get to the drawing board next season. Red Square says, Kevin De Bruyne gets a lot of disrespect when people do all-time 11s. How many midfielders in the league were better than him? Even Yaya too. Yaya was a beast.
Yaya was a monster, man.
I don't agree with
No
this.
fault.
But different sort of players, man.
Kevin De Bruyne gets his respect. I don't think he gets disrespect at all. He gets his flowers.
Yeah, because we're putting him as an all-time.
He gets his birthdays, birthday cakes and that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mar says, hot take, City don't sign any stars this summer. I see a rebuild, but don't see players like Wirtz. I think this rebuild will be tougher than City fans think. I think Marmoush doesn't indicate that. That was a big signing in pretty much going into his prime. So I don't see why they would kind of go away from that sort of more signings of that ilk. But yeah, we'll see. You've got another one here that's on another subject. Couple Enzo ones in, we'll get them, and we'll go into Chelsea next anyway. Jay Ball says, I think Baena from Villarreal will do a better job as De Bruyne replacement rather than Wirtz. Wirtz is more of a David Silva type. LJ says, Big Steve, imagine if Pogba moved to City. Could you imagine the meltdown United fans would have?
Okay, never mind United fans meltdown. I'd be having a meltdown.
I know.
Yeah,
you'd be appreciating the quality he would bring to your team.
La Pioch would be well. Saying that, we probably need someone for, I don't know, making toast or something in the back. You know?
Man, I swear.
La Pioch. Big up Max says, there are players who can do bits of what De Bruyne does. Some can drive, some can pass, some got a belt of a strike, but none can do it all like Kevin De Bruyne can. 100. And he also added De Bruyne destroyed Klopp's era, Arsenal fans' souls, and Paul Merson's career. To win what he won in 9 seasons playing the way he played, remarkable player. And to be honest, this is his 10th season. And a reminder to you, well, the 5 of you, we're doing a club icon draft eventually. And I know a couple of people were questioning the difficulty of it. Players that have stayed at a club for 10 years. It's not hard, trust me. Players that have stayed at a club for 10 years. There's one there right now, De Bruyne. Yeah. So I'm just saying, there's a hint.
In the chat, help me, please, with this one.
No,
you don't need help, brother. You're a football man. You're a football man.
I need help. What do you mean?
You're a football man.
Are you asking for help?
You're a football man.
You're a football man.
You don't get help.
Are you telling me I don't need help?
You're a football man.
Because we respect your football knowledge. That's why.
I need help.
No, you don't get
why? You're a very intelligent man.
Yeah, facts.
Come on.
Okay, say that again.
And to be honest,
that's what Toby heard. Toby sat down and you're very intelligent man. Toby went, fuck it, let's go here.
Do you know what? Is there not a football manager game out there where you can play it like online with your mates?
Yeah,
I would love us to, you know, instead of doing pro clubs, I would love us all to start a season, the 6 of our clubs, and see what kind of
it would be sick.
You know what's a shame, because FM was meant to come out, it didn't, but I think FM's coming out in October, so let's do that. That's a good shout. You can do it online.
Because imagine it, you've got deadline days, so you could have a show building up to the deadline and say, and we can reveal which players have gone and what. So Steve's done this and Saeed's done this. We can even do deals between the clubs, whatever. That'd just be so funny to see how we set our teams up and play in a season, you know what I mean?
You know what? That will bang, you know, even if it's a live stream to members and then we bring out a little highlights package.
I don't think anyone's doing that. And like you say, if you got someone to break it down, so the show was like, right, this week, they've played 3 games, these are results, this is what happened. They've signed him, they signed this. I think people could get involved, but I just didn't know if there was a platform to do it.
Yeah, I'd message Steve on WhatsApp. Yo, Steve, let me have this player, man. Yeah, that would be a good thing, you know.
I play Soccer Manager. I've played it for 12 years with my mates, right? Soccer Manager, and they've just literally changed the format now, and it's got ridiculous. SM Worlds. I've played it for 10 years, man, and I'm gonna I'm Blackburn Rovers, right? I've been Blackburn because one of my mates never won a trophy with Blackburn, so I said I'll be Blackburn, and I'm gonna read you my team out in a minute. Right, it's hilarious, but it's trying to rip me off so more though. But this would have been good, but it's It's too hard, man. We need a platform.
We'll do it. Football Manager's nice. I used to play it 20 years ago with friends, not online, but it was all on the same system where you pick different teams and whatnot.
Well, I'm gonna quit it because it's just getting daft now. You know what I mean? People are like,
"Oh, are you too far in the save? Like 20 years, and you don't even know who's who."
Yeah, no, it's modern day now. My team, Blackburn, by the way, Ter Stegen in net. I've got Kimmich at right back, John Stones, Marquinhos centre half, Theo Hernandez left back. My midfield two is Musiala, De Bruyne. I've got Yamal on the right. I've got Kvaratskhelia on the left, and I've got Haaland and Lewandowski up front. Blackburn's never seen it as good, mate. Blackburn have never seen it as good.
Yeah, I don't know.
That
midfield ain't got no balance.
10 years of game playing that. You play every Sunday and every Thursday. And so for 10 years, we've been doing that. We need to get a life, man. We need to get a life.
What kind of game is this?
Wait, where are you in the league? Where are you in the league?
The league just finished. I just finished second to the guy that won it was Sparta Rotterdam, but I won 4 trophies this season. Sparta Rotterdam, yeah, but it's gone mad. Like, you used to be capped the what you could spend on a player. So if someone was worth 30 million, the maximum you could offer was like 90. Now it's unlimited. So I've got daft bids for Haaland of like 500 million off people. So I'm just going to knock on the head.
Well, you know what I think we should do then. I've played FM before, but I do need to catch up again. Yeah, let's all get FM, the last one that came out a year and a half ago. Get ourselves around that, because with FM, it's you hire the coaching staff, the physios, you hire the. It's
in the same game world, though. Yeah,
you can just do a network game. Yeah, that's what we used to do as kids. You could do a network game on FM.
What do you mean, though?
As in, like, you can through Steam. Steam, you can do you literally do like a network game, and you can all join the same.
No, but what I'm saying, everyone practice, because
don't worry, I already know
the ground running in October, right? So in October, when we start, we don't want questions saying, "Oh shit, I ain't signed no physios," or "Oh shit, the budget." Like, let's learn what we have to, because there's agent fees, there's signing on fees, there's all of that. So everyone should play it a little before we.
I'm an FM master. Don't worry about it. I've already.
Steve,
I played this game.
Good idea, number one. And you mentioned other forfeits the other week as well, so it could link to that as well next season if we play a full season game. So
I can't believe he's telling us, like, make sure you do X, Y, and Z. Are you not forgetting that we grew up on Foot Manager, bro? Like, we know.
Yeah, bro, I swear to you,
we don't play it, though, innit? I played
FM.
Oh, the new one, yeah, the new one's different. There's a lot of extra, man. There's a lot of extra stuff on it. Yeah.
I played 2022. That's when I got addicted to it.
Yeah, you'll be all right then. You'll be fine.
Yeah, you should be all right.
Grizz sounds cooked. I can't lie. Just by looking at his face right now, he sounds like he's cooked.
Nah, Grizz will like it, man. Grizz will like it. He'll like it.
Yeah, Grizz. What, bro? He used to be a manager back in the day, man. Innit, Grizz, man? He used to be coaching, innit, back in the day.
I'm taking it all in.
Come on, man. Like, you gotta underestimate Grizz, man. Grizz, once he gets going, he's gonna be all right, man.
Cool. Well, we'll help who needs help anyway. Suj says, big up the panel and the community. Hit the like, subscribe, big up De Bruyne. Will go down as one of the league's greatest. Respect, love for the love. Big up Suj, man. Hope you and the family are well, brother. Does De Bruyne have a stronger argument in the Prem GOAT conversation than Salah? Again, I think this is one when, well, the dust has settled, according to TOBS, is settling. But it's one that we'll touch in on again in due course. Let's see what happens with Salah this season as well. But yeah, those debates will rage on for a little bit. Let me see what else there is here. Early streams, like big up Ziggy. Early streams are good, especially hearing all that bollocks about De Bruyne while taking a shit. What a farewell from me, Ziggy.
Man.
When you meet Steve, Steve's gonna get you in a chokehold, bro. I know you ain't met Steve yet, but yeah,
he's doing it on purpose. He's doing that on purpose.
Oh man,
yeah, he's trying to build up the relationship.
Yeah, he's trying to build up the relationship. Like, yeah.
Get filled in.
Cool, guys. Says, big up the panel. Sad to see De Bruyne leave, but who do each of you, as football fans, think can be a decent, good replacement for De Bruyne? Well, we've kind of just discussed it.
Yeah, we discussed it. Yeah,
you can't get a like for like, but I think Wirtz is the best attacking midfield 10 option out there, if he is an option. So I think it makes sense. We're talking about Man City here, who's the money's long. I think that's it on De Bruyne, I believe. Yeah, the other ones are kind of Chelsea related when we started talking about Chelsea. If I've missed any, I'll get them in later anyway, people. We move. All right, let's get into the Chelsea stuff. Let me get the super chats on Chelsea in because we did touch in on this conversation. Let's be real, says Libax. Enzo has been hot and cold this season at best. Didn't Enzo drop him at one stage in favor of Caicedo, Lavia, and Palmer?
Yeah, he's not been hot and cold. He started the season off slowly, and then since then he's been on point. Since he came back into the team, he's been delivering consistently over our bad patch in the winter period. He's one of the few players that you could say actually stood up and was still playing well and was still consistent, even when Palmer was poor, etc. Him, Cucurella, and Caicedo have been consistent. And the reason why he's not better than any of the other two is because they just had top seasons from start to finish. But yeah, he hasn't been hot, cold. That's incorrect. That's incorrect.
Blicky says same.
Who did you say has had a top season from start to finish?
Caicedo and Cucurella have been consistently top performers.
Would you say Caicedo's had a top 2025?
Yeah.
Would you?
Yeah. Top.
Yeah.
You don't watch football, man.
Remember, we started the season. We started the season in a title race. that's what people were telling me, right?
Not 2024. 2024.
I'm talking about this season. No, I'm not talking about the year. I'm just talking about this season.
No, that's what I said.
The top season.
2024-2025 season. So the first half of the season is fantastic. We're in April now. I'm saying, do you believe?
Yeah, but why do I care about last season under Poch?
I'm not talking about last season. I'm talking about this season. So I said
this season. Yes.
So the first half of this season, which was in 2024, he was fantastic. So now I'm saying the second half of the season, do you believe that he's maintained that performance?
Yes. He's the one that's been consistent in that midfield. Okay. Bro, without him in midfield, they are nothing. Like, honestly,
without him, we are.
What do you mean they are nothing? They've been losing games. They went.
No. But not in spite of him though. It's because of the forward line not finishing the chances and
the fucking keeper.
Him consistently has been quality.
Okay, 100%.
Genuinely,
100%. You can't pin poor results on one player. Like you've seen players perform brilliantly in a team that's still losing games. Like that happens.
Blicky says same old bias with Matisse. Saka ain't world class for not winning a thing, but Palmer is. Let's praise Caicedo and Enzo, but Rice can't get hype. Didn't take us to a title. No praise until they win.
We all said Rice was great last season. Your own fans have said Rice hasn't been good this season. You don't need me to tell you that.
Rice hasn't been good this season.
But they said Partey's been their best midfielder for how long? They said Rice has not been as good.
That doesn't mean that he saying not as good and saying not good is very different things.
Well, not being better than Caicedo, that's for sure this season.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you're looking at one half of the season, Rice has been better in the second half of the season.
Second half, I was going to say.
But overall, our team has been dead in attack, especially. So we can all make these arguments. I think TOBS was right to say top and question that, but it's your opinion, bro. It's your opinion.
You guys don't watch, man. You don't watch our games.
No, listen, I'm not even saying. I think Caicedo.
He just talks, man.
Yeah, man. Just chatting. Just chatting to chat.
Plays best midfielders in the league, but I think when you're saying he's been top throughout. Like I definitely remember spells in January, February.
You remember you remember like 2 games. Every player has had bad games. Salah's had bad games this season. Does that mean Salah hasn't been top this season? What are we doing? What are you nitpicking for? You just arguing to argue on the show.
I'm not arguing.
Bro just loves arguing, bro. Salah's had a top season, right?
You get what I'm saying here.
He doesn't. No, he doesn't. You stand on your own 2 feet and by yourself. Salah's had a top season, but Salah's had poor games. Salah's had poor games.
I'm explaining it, and you've just cut me off, and then you're saying,
just doing too much.
I said the same thing last time. I'm asking you a question. If you ask me the question, has Caicedo been one of your best players? The answer is yes. Has Caicedo been one of the best? Okay, fine. You can have that. I don't really care.
Yeah, but let me ask you something. Has Salah had poor games this season?
Salah has had poor games this season.
Okay, has he had a top season?
Yes, he has. He's had a record-breaking
end of conversation. Right.
How you're moving crazy, though.
You're doing nonsense because
you're moving crazy to say Salah.
Why?
Salah's having a season like no other.
Oh my God! Is a midfielder meant to break record for goals and assists, or is he meant to just do?
You're bringing Salah into this, bro.
Because a forward has had bad games. The same patch of 2-3 that TOBS is talking about that we should be fixating on, but he's had a top season. Caicedo has had a top season because he's running most games. He's winning his tackles, making his interceptions. He's playing his passes. He's creating chances. He had an assist at Anfield, I think, for Jackson, etc. Right? You can go through the chances he's created. He's having a top season.
Okay.
I'm not interested in these 2 Brighton games that Tobes watched one time. He wants to keep yapping about.
This is what I'm not gonna let you do. You waffle. You spout out. You shouted out this waffle last time I brought this up, and you're doing it again. You think by just burying me in words, I'm just gonna drop this? It's not gonna go away.
I know you're not going to.
Your comparison to Salah is absolutely egregious. Like, you have no shame. No.
You went a bit too far there.
You have no respect. Honestly, you've lost your credibility by that.
I don't really give a shit.
You've lost your credibility.
I don't care.
No. One sec, Saeed. One sec, Saeed. Caicedo, like, I can hear him. Like, if he said Caicedo's been quality for Chelsea, calm. But you said he made a statement. He said Caicedo's been top from the start of the season through to now. That's not true. That is not true. That's factually not true. So speak with sense. Speak with clarity.
Okay. You tell me, because you're watching the games. You weren't even watching yesterday when he was putting in the performance. You man was talking about Mexican food versus Caribbean food. You were barely even watching when he was on the screen right in front of you, let alone the match of the day highlights.
Yes, I was watching. I said Caicedo was good yesterday, so don't even try and chat shit. I even said it in my post-match reaction. He was good. So don't even try and chat shit.
You say good, but it was a top performance because he did nothing wrong. Go and look at performance.
I don't watch off stats. He was very good. He was quality. In fact, he was the best midfielder on the pitch. You said he was the best midfielder.
So why are you trying to diminish it then? You always try and do this with Chelsea. You said he's going to work Tobes. With Tobes is always trying to diminish Chelsea players' performance. Always. He does it all the time. Anytime a Chelsea player's performing, this brother will always knock it down a couple notches. And then when it's a Maddison, he'll kick it up a couple notches.
And that's why I know. And that's why I said you're a hypocrite. And that's why I said you're a hypocrite.
Maddison will drop a 6 out of 10.
You don't practice what you preach.
Come like this.
You don't practice what you preach. You've just said it yourself. Caicedo will drop a 6 out of 10. You'll gas out to be a 7 out of 10. When? What do you mean when? I just gave you the period. I just gave you the period. Stop lying to me. We watch the games. Stop pretending like he's been playing sick all throughout the season. Stop it. You're lying.
We're tired.
It's the same shit you did with Palmer. After we're telling you Palmer's not playing well, and you told us, I can't be talking about Cole Palmer in this team. He's not playing well.
I'm with Matisse.
One day we're gonna have a Maddison episode. I swear to God. On everything I own, we're gonna have it.
You've pammed him anyway. Were literally pamming him on the show last night.
He was anonymous. You've gotten away with murder with Maddison. You've gotten away with absolute with Maddison. You've got to know with murder. Your football genius can't even make England. He can't even make England squads. Can't even make England squads. You've gotten away with murder. Look at the way Foden. Look at the season Foden's having, and your football genius can't even make England squads. You are getting away with murder.
I'm getting away with murder.
And no one's asked calling you out.
Sancho, best left winger in the league.
Look at all the stick he's given Foden this season. And Maddison, how many caps has he got for England? Like 5 caps. Man's got 5 caps for England or some shit. You're getting away with murder, bro. Murder.
Same Gusto, Cole Palmer. Flipping Jackson, like Sancho. If you think that my rap sheet starts and ends with Maddison, then I'm gonna be here all day long when it comes to Chelsea.
Don't worry, it doesn't.
Yeah,
it doesn't.
Remember, Jadon Sancho, best left winger in the league. Off what? Because he's Pedro Porro. Get the fuck out of here, please.
You've gassed up that whole Tottenham team at one point, so I don't know where you're going.
No,
yes,
I haven't.
Yes, you have. Richarlison, Richie lad. Yeah, where the fuck is he now? On the bench.
Yeah. Is this what you're doing?
Go Solanke. Numbers with Jota. How many goals has Solanke got this season? How many goals has Solanke got this season? Tell me.
You chill. How many clean sheets?
See, look.
How many clean sheets did he get?
Time out.
We can have this game.
Some mad players,
no problem.
Where's Kulusevski been for 6 months?
The game was
dead.
Where's
Kulusevski been for 6 months?
Yeah, the game was dead. To be fair, this is perfect. I like
it. He's been sick, and I've been coming here and telling you he's been sick.
Yeah, let
I've been coming on this show and telling you Kulu's been playing shit. I'm not like you.
Yeah,
I've been coming on this show and telling you.
Where's Basuma? Where's Basuma been? Where's Basuma?
I want him gone. I'm thinking about him all the time.
Better than Rice on AFTV.
Sancho best left wing in the league.
Yeah, it's man. Turkish ain't bringing it out no more. Man's letting you out the back door. He's letting you slide out the back door with that one. Fucking Basuma versus Rice. Basuma versus Rice.
No back doors, no nothing, bro. What kind of madness is that? Like you fucking ended it there.
Mr. My milkshake brings me the boosty.
No.
Oh my!
That's the time, yo.
Well, let's talk about doors and milkshakes.
I was drinking the drink. I went, yo, what the heck did I hear there?
All right, it's over now.
That was your segment. I mean, it was better than the game. I'll be honest with you, but yeah,
that is what the game was. Just you know, what I mean,
I turned it off. I turned it off. I don't know. I started watching that Paradise thing that Toby told me to watch. I had to watch something.
I started watching The City Is Ours, first episode.
It's all right, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Right. I'm gonna get back on it today. We
started talking about top 5 cuisines in the world.
Yeah, yeah. Steve was there for a bit of it, I think. Let me do the Chelsea Tottenham super chats then. Blicky again says, whenever Matisse wants to justify a poor take, he takes faceless Twitter accounts, rage bait tweets, and says it's your fan base. Why are you praising players that ain't won? Those are your standards, right?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even be using Twitter like that. But I will say this though: everybody always goes to Twitter to shame everybody's fan bases, so it's not just me.
And he adds, you want credit for beating a team 5 points off 17th, not with what you've said on my club. Enzo has been playing well. Biggest club in London with 1.5 billion spent, and these are the standards. Crazy.
These aren't the standards.
I think, is that it? Nah, here we are. Adash says, if you had to choose one to build a team around them, who would the panel choose, Enzo or McAllister? And who would you want your team to have had? McAllister for me.
McAllister, yep.
I wouldn't build a team around either, but I'd have McAllister in my team.
I agree. I wouldn't build a team.
Yeah, McAllister.
Kevin McAllister from Home Alone.
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
What's this one here? Yeah, Ziggy says it's a game with 11 players. If Chelsea had Caicedo level player in every position, they'll win the quad without a coach. Tobes, let Matisse have this one. You started drinking earlier, something, Ziggy, lad. But it's still you're not enough.
Yo, wait. What do you mean started?
It didn't end. It didn't
end, man.
You're not wrong. Big up as well, Ziggy. All love. Come on, man. All love. Let's do predictions, but we have to do the prediction table because we've got games coming up. I nearly forgot we got predictions to do. SAEED, I got an interesting clip sent to me. I haven't got it to play here, but you're suggesting a member or members of the panel have been copying you to remain in the title race. I don't think it was me that you was talking about, but
not you. Okay. But I've been noticing, man, and I think you know what it is. I think man, Tobes more so, but yeah, we'll see.
he's not even arguing it.
Is it your turn to start on Tobes now?
Yeah, I'm getting on to Tobes, man. But yeah, the gap's closing, man. I can't lie. I'm under pressure. Pressure, man.
So me and Steve both got correct scores this week. So we both got 7 points. Matisse got 5 and the rest got 4. So Matisse has closed the gap on GRIZZ by 1 point. He's 4 points behind. And I've closed the gap on SAEED. I'm 1 point behind the top. So SAEED's top, I'm second, Tobes third, Steve's fourth, GRIZZ fifth, and Matisse in sixth. There's a little gap now there. Steve's kind of joining the title race more so and leaving the relegation battle. So
Man City in it. I'm coming to the death, man. I'm coming for the death.
That's the
catch him, man.
I know I can, and I will.
Whoa, yo,
GRIZZ.
I'm not finishing bottom,
and I will. Brentford, Chelsea, Matisse. Actually, no, sorry, SAEED.
Oh yeah,
Brentford, Chelsea. This is big game for Chelsea, man. I'm gonna go with.
What is the noise?
2-2.
Oof, 2-2, yeah.
2-2, man. I think, yeah, man. And way more than man. Yeah.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Chelsea. Tobes. 2-2.
I'm gonna go.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna go at. I'm gonna go 2-2.
Okay. You see
what's going on here, man? Yo, you see what's going on here? It's calm. I'm gonna let it slide.
I'm not copying you. I was always going for a draw. We spoke about this game yesterday in the gate, and
I did, yeah, okay, okay.
Steve.
2-1 Chelsea.
Another 2-1 Chelsea. Grizz?
2-1 Brentford.
Oh,
Matisse.
That's mad.
Was you going to do the same thing?
No, never,
Oh.
never.
I said never. You predicted losses how many times?
Yeah, but no.
He said never.
Not for this one. Not for this one. Fuck. I'll go. Yeah, I'm gonna go 2-2 as well.
2-2. All right. 3 2-2s, a 2-1 for Brentford, and me and Steve have gone 2-1 Chelsea. Back to you, SAEED. Tottenham, Southampton.
boy. Tottenham's at home, right? Let's go with 3-1 Tottenham.
3-1. I'm gonna go Southampton. They're all done, man. I'm gonna go 2-1. I'm gonna go 2-1 Tottenham.
I'm gonna go 2-0 Tottenham.
Steve?
Same, 2-0 Tottenham.
Grizz?
I was going to say same, but I'm going to go. No, I'll stick with 2 because that's what I believed in.
2-0, yeah?
Yep.
Matisse?
Fuck. I will go with a 3-0 Tottenham win.
3-0. Cool.
I was going to change it to 3-0, but I'm sticking with my own guy.
I'm not happy with that, by the way. I have to. A lot of regret.
Well, we kind of touched in on City with the De Bruyne stuff. Well, I mean, De Bruyne more so than City. City picked up a 2-0 win. United lost 1-0. That's the Big Six game this weekend. We will be live. The Mob People Sunday. Make sure you're there. It's at Old Trafford. SAEED.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lost to Forest and City coming up.
Yeah, man. It should be a big weekend, but I don't know, man. I don't know if there's the hype is there. I don't know if it's just because of where the positions are or just the league in general. But yeah, we lost 1-0. I did predict it to be a dead game. It was a dead game. They got the early goal. The thing is, right, it's a brilliant solo kind of run from Ilanga, but really and truly, Garnacho should be taking him down and taking the yellow card. We didn't. He went on this crazy run, and it's an excellent finish, to be fair. And then what they did was what they do all season. They just went into that low block and said, break us down. And we just couldn't do it, bro. We had shots from 7 of them from Garnacho, none on target. And then we could have got a draw at the end from Maguire, man. We brought Maguire on with about a couple of minutes to go, played up front, and he actually did better than Højlund for how long he was on, man. So, yeah, but I feel like Nottingham Forest deserved the win, man. We were just toothless up front, man. Had nothing up front at all, man. Like, there was bits of moments where we got into good positions, but yeah, not great. And yeah, man, 13 losses, man. And the derby's coming up, and I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm not excited, but I feel like it's one of them where we could win it, but then I'm like, City, they've still got good players. I still got to remember that they've still got good players. Like, even though they're vulnerable at the back, you know, they've still got players that can hurt us. For us, what's different and what gives me a bit of hope is that they'll give us space, you know, and the transition has always been a problem for them when they come to Old Trafford. Like, Garnacho, as bad as he is, has found joy against Kyle Walker in them, man, like when he's come on or when there's been space in behind. So in that aspect, I feel like for me, there's something that I've got hope with. But then when I look at the quality, I'm like, I just don't know if I believe it, man. I really don't, man. It's one of them. It's a really, really like, it's on the day how I feel. But right now, if you told me how the game's going, I really don't know, man. They've got players. They're funny enough, right? If Haaland was playing, I would have been like more confident. But with Mamouche, right, the way they play, I feel like it's going to help them a bit more and it's going to cause more problems because Mamouche is going to go that side. You've got Savio. They're all going to interchange, and I feel like it's going to cause us big, big problems. And that's where I'm kind of worried about the most. But all in all, man, the hype isn't there. I know, obviously, I'll let Steve talk about it as well, but it's a very, very much like we won against them at the Etihad, but it was Amad Diallo really that carried us over the line, man. So it's difficult. But for me, I want to win, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I can see more of a draw than anything, really. But yeah, not confident. But it's a derby. You never know, innit? Derby on the day. You never know. Let's have it. You know what I'm saying? And then we go from there. But yeah, not confident. But I also think there's weaknesses still at City that people have seen in games. Like they're vulnerable. They are vulnerable at the back, so we can catch them if we need to. So yeah, that's how I see it, bro.
You're mute.
What
are you saying about this one? Are you confident or?
Yeah, but they beat us at the Etihad. That was the low point of my season. That because they were terrible. We wasn't much better, but we should have just seen the game out 1-0 and that's it. But we own one. You know what I mean? It's revenge. It's a Manchester derby. We got to go there and win. You know what I mean? We're on a little bit of a run at the minute. You know, we beat Spurs, we beat Bournemouth, beat Leicester. The Haaland injury is not ideal, but the front three of Doku, Savinho, Mamouche, I think can cause them a lot of problems. It's just like mad chaos up there at the minute. You know what I mean? Leicester was a bit of a training ground sort of game because Leicester dug in deep and didn't want to come out. So we got through. We played some good football, but it wasn't scintillating football. I do think City will give United space, like SAEED said. I think Bruno Fernandes is key for them, just not letting him get in and around the ball and getting his passing range off. You know, I think we've got to get someone like Nico Gonzalez or Kovacic on him early doors, just making sure we don't let him play. Because I feel like without him playing, they've got nothing. You know what I mean? Garnacho, I feel like if Cousinov plays right back, he could deal with him, no problem. Højlund and Xerxes up front both got a lot of stick this season. Ruben Diaz, Josko Vardy or centre-back partnership at the minute that he's going with looks more than capable to keep them out. And it's just a case of us putting our chances away. Mamouche, he's not a striker for me. I do feel he'd play better behind someone else, but he did all right against Leicester. And it's just about pride. You know what I mean? It's nothing. Usually playing in a derby, it means something massive, you know, like City's going for the title or something like that. But it doesn't really mean anything, you know. At the minute, we've got to win to stay in the top four. But Kevin De Bruyne leaving now with this news might give us a bit of a boost. I think Kevin will play. He rested a few the other day. And we just got to get the job done, man. You know what I mean? It's one of the worst United teams we've seen in a long, long time. And if we want to get any pride out of that result from the Etihad, we've got to go and beat them here.
Yeah, I agree. What were you man anticipating? Exciting game, Grizz?
Mankiest mank derby I can remember in a long, long time. And I mean that because both of them have been the scourge of Liverpool. So, you know, I can take joy in finally saying that, you know, this one, because Manchester United obviously terrorized us in the 90s, and then City been terrorizing us for the last decade. But this game, looking at the two teams, you know, I think Man City I still think Man City should win. I get Saeed's point though. I actually like the Saeed's point about the Haaland situation because Mamouche and then the three behind him gives them a different variety of attack. I've been obviously I don't watch City as exclusively and intrusively like Steve does, but I just think Pep needs to be a bit more brave with the attack. And without Haaland, I think he's been kind of forced into being a bit more adventurous and attacking. So yeah. I think this will be much more fun than the Spurs-Chelsea because I told you that Spurs-Chelsea is going to be a dead game.
It'd be well more fun than that game.
This will be more fun. This will be 100% more fun. In terms of scoreline goals, I think yes, this one. So I don't know, man.
Can I just say, someone asked me then how the protest went. The protest was brilliant. It went really, really well. Match of the Day picked it up. Sky picked it up. Everybody seen it for the first 9 minutes. The place was empty. The best thing happened. We scored, so you highlighted it even more. So it just goes to show you that it's not just like a little small group of fans that was saying, "Oh, don't go in." Everyone sticks together, you know what I mean? And that's what happened. And the protest outside the main entrance was the same, quiet, peaceful, few chanting, but nothing crazy. And the club actually met with the the people they needed to meet with yesterday. So don't know what the outcome is, but as far as we were concerned, it did its job. It was nothing crazy, but it made the news, and that's all you can ask for in a protest. You know what I mean? If it gets the exposure out there and it does its job. United's got one on Sunday, haven't they, SAEED? A big protest at United.
Yeah. Protest, yeah. There is a protest. But like I said, for me, fair play, man. It's about just sticking together, innit? And doing it for the cause. Obviously, a lot of people will say empty seats and that, but fair play to City fans for doing it. Because there's a bigger message in it for football.
Yeah, you got to do something. You got to try
something. Do something, man. You got to do something. So, fair play.
It's Matisse, TOBS, expecting an exciting game Sunday or?
No, I'm not.
No.
Nope, I'm not.
It's going to be much more exciting than your two.
That's the thing. When you said that, I disagreed because I feel the opposite. Like, but obviously you were correct with yesterday. I'm surprised. I thought there'd be more goals. This game, I just see a Man United low block. I see Man City having a lot of the ball. If they don't have those killer passes that we were speaking about earlier, because there isn't the Rodris and De Bruyne obviously isn't what he used to be, they might struggle to break it down. Mamouche, he's going to have to play up front. I think Haaland's out. So what kind of role does he play with Foden? Is it like a front two off the ball presser? Is it like a interchange, one play false nine, one not? I'm confused about how they're gonna breach it. I don't know who Man United got available, but Man United in these big games, they're very good at stinking it out and just getting low scoring results out of it, 1-1s, 1-0s. So I don't actually expect that many goals because I just don't think Man United are going to open up. I think they're going to be very deep.
It's the better teams we played well. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's the smaller teams that we struggle against the most. But I think ultimately, you know, our back line, I know you lot going to shout, but our back line has been all right. You know, like Lenny Euro's getting into form now. Delit and Mazarawi, they've been kind of solidish. It's just the attack. That's my concern. You know what I mean? Going backwards, I'm not heavily concerned, but it's more going forward where the goal's coming from. And is Garnacho going to pass? You know what I mean? And is he going to
pass? You know, that's mad.
Because it is true. Is he going to pass and be a team player? We don't know.
He just shoots all the time. The amount of blocked shots and shots that flew into the crowd is wild, man.
Actually, mad. He's like you know when we play football with our mates, that one guy is just greedy. Like,
yeah.
You don't want to invite him to the next session, but because he's contracted, you gotta let him like play like.
Man's saying contracted, you know. That's great.
I wouldn't invite him again. If Garnacho, I wouldn't invite him to the next football session.
We missed our boat, man. Chelsea were lurking around in January, and now it was absolutely like, you know, like I don't know what the word Matisse would be feeling, but relieved is the word, man. Because boy, they were about to. I'm not saying they were about to buy him, but there was strong negotiations, man. Like, you know, and things were materializing, but United said, "No, we're gonna keep him." So,
I'm annoyed that deal.
Fell through. Yeah.
TOBS, any comment on SAEED saying Man United's back four and all that being good and all that? I'm surprised you didn't.
I mean,
bro, but you're looking at where we are in the league. Like, just look at the goals conceded and whatnot. And
I'm not disagreeing with you. I just want to analyze this on other teams.
I mean, let's look at who your backline are playing up against, right? Let's go through the fixtures if you want to go through the fixtures.
Yeah, listen, you got to play who's in front of you, but yeah, go ahead.
Nottingham Forest, they're playing you in transition, so they're not really bombarding you with hella attempts like that. Who did you play before Nottingham Forest?
I would play Leicester.
And who did you play before Leicester?
Fulham.
And who did you play before Fulham?
I'll have to go check. My knowledge
so
is not great.
You see what I'm saying here?
Games there, you know, like
you see what I'm saying here, right? Like, and I'm not saying this as if like Spurs are any better, because you know I've been slating our defense. Our defense stinks.
Arsenal, to be fair, are in there, you know. But
come on, man, we're talking about criticizing how bad Arsenal played in that game, bro.
They're going to attack us.
Yeah, but then it's still Arsenal, though, isn't it? It's still a team.
It's still Arsenal, and you were even coming on this show saying that Arsenal.
You're shameless.
The way you're trying to disrespect Arsenal is a bit mad to me, but
I'm not. It's not disrespecting. I'm literally breaking down the game. So I'm like, so you want us to say that your defense has been proper in recent? I'm not saying
it's been very, very much improved of late, and I said that's not my concern at the minute. I'm not like heavily gassing it. I'm just like GRIZZ is trying to make it. you know what I mean, and seeing there. But like for me, I'm saying our defense is not my worry. I said my defense is my worry. I said it's more attacking wise. That's where my worry was. I didn't try and make it a statement. Our defense is amazing. We're 13th.
I'm not saying you said your defense is amazing. Yeah, I never said that. So yeah, like for me, it's attacking wise. Where are we getting the goals from? That's my concern. You know, and City, as bad as they are, still got, you know what I mean, like Diaz and them, man. I just worry that, you know, they're gonna be able to handle Højlund. So it's and again, Mason Mount, you know, the manager's gassing up Mason Mount. I don't know, man. See what you can do. And, provide.
Let's do the predictions then. SAEED, wait, there was this question here that I'll get in now. Nadir says building a team again, but Enzo or Bruno Fernandes?
Enzo.
Why can't I answer this one?
Well, maybe because you don't like Bruno, maybe that's why.
Yeah, but like I can still be objective though.
All right, well, what's your answer?
I'd pick Bruno because Bruno's actually will provide more for your team than Enzo. So
Grizz?
Mad.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not mad at all, Bruno.
Yeah, so listen, like, come on, man. Like, there's, you know, as much as I'm not a
I
fan
agree,
of Bruno,
I agree, Bruno.
Yeah, Bruno is a frustrating player, but I think we're at risk of dangerously overstating.
Yeah, exactly.
Enzo's impact in the Premier League. Like Bruno Fernandes, for sure. I'm picking him over Enzo.
Yeah. It affects games.
And this one came in earlier. I didn't get it in. Halimi says, no one speaks about Mahrez when he's better than Salah. Done more, way better footballer, better legacy. Salah just a GA merchant. I mean, I won't agree on the comparison, but Mahrez doesn't get enough respect, I think.
Well, we'll find out, innit?
No,
we'll find out.
No.
Is that your guy, Halimi?
Yeah, Halimi, my guy.
Your guy,
yeah. So what are we trying to say? Like he's just
just say no comment.
To be fair, I'll give you a disclaimer. He is Algerian.
Oh, fair. Makes sense.
You know what I mean? That's
makes sense.
I would never disrespect Mahrez because Mahrez
is cold.
Yeah, he's Algerian. I'll give him
that.
that.
But Halimi, you're disrespecting the goal. So
yeah.
Go on, Saeed. Prediction: United City.
I'm gonna go 2-1 United.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for it, man. We're at home, man. Let's go.
2-1 United. I'm gonna go 2-1 City. TOBS.
I'm gonna go. God, this game. Can Man City do it? I'm gonna go for a draw. I'm gonna go for a draw. I'm gonna go for like a 1-1 draw.
Okay, right. Top three went different. 1-1, 2-1 United, and 2-1 City. So that might change it. Well, it will change something.
Yeah, it will change.
Steve.
1-0 City.
Oh, Steve ain't confident.
Mamouche.
I'm going 2-1 City.
Mamouche is going to have fun with Onana, you know, because Mamouche shoots on sight and Onana.
I know.
What did you say?
He nearly missed that goal, Mamouche. He was right behind it, and he went off the underside of the bar. But he proper. Sometimes he just does fucking hit it too hard, man.
Yeah, he loves
that
smashing.
goal, man, was ridiculous, man.
Grizz, what did you say? 2-1. Matisse.
2-0 City.
2-0.
As I said,
because Man United can't score, man. I don't know where they're going to get that goal from, but all right.
Yeah, well, we discussed Chelsea earlier, City just now, so I'll get this in. Kante or Rodri?
Fucking hell.
We did an extensive talk for that one.
Bear in mind that is probably
Kante deserves his flowers, man, guys.
Rodri, great player.
As easy as
Rodri for me.
I don't know, man.
Rodri is the better footballer.
Yeah, Rodri.
Kante needs his respect, man. Fucking hell.
Kante was a freak, but come on, man. I'm not picking Kante over Rodri.
Both are my absolute goats, man.
You know, paired together. Oh my god.
That's what I'm saying. That's a double pivot.
Yeah, I wouldn't even compare. I'd play them together, bro. They're not even the same type of player.
They both play for my enemy, so to speak. Yeah.
Yeah.
But my God, Kante Wow.
Won the league with Leicester.
You need to remember, in a one-off game, what Kante was capable of producing in terms of like a one-off.
In a 2 midfield, bro. He won the league with Leicester. In a 2 midfield with Drinkwater.
Kante.
World Cup winner.
I don't think we should just be saying, just clear cut like that. It's a bit
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Disrespectful. Kante was pulling out.
I'm so sick of this. Stop fucking saying disrespectful. They're both elite all-time Premier League midfielders.
Here comes Hothead again.
Oh, who's saying Hothead? I'm saying why is it disrespectful for me? Why is it disrespectful for me to say for me it's Rodri? Like, why is that disrespectful?
But he said, but he didn't say that. You're lying again.
Exactly.
He said it flippantly. He said
flippantly. Exactly.
Turkish, I said 1-0. Someone said in the chat 1-0. Did you put me down for 1-0? Yeah.
Yeah, City 1-0. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah. It's disrespect. Shut the fuck up, man.
I think it's because the way you actually said it, I think.
Think of it. Fuck me. Disrespect.
That's all the predictions in the bag. Here comes Hothead again. Big up Dennis as well. That played its part. Cool. Next, I say next stuff. I mean, West Ham, Everton, Arsenal, Fulham, Liverpool. We played Fulham. We played Fulham at Liverpool. Actually, yeah. You know what? Just go whatever. Liverpool 1-0 win, and Fulham away next. I mean, closer to the title. Jota got the goal. You let us know about it in the group. Obviously. What'd you say?
We might as well just talk about Beto. Forget Liverpool.
Beto should have scored, but he was.
It's obvious you lot saw highlights package, but they had one chance, legitimate chance. The other one was offside, so it doesn't count. They should have scored, could have scored, but they did it. Second half, we revved it up, and worthy winners. Lucho with a very good performance again, probably man of the match. Flicked it into Jota, who was anonymous for the rest of the game, to be honest with you. Like, Jota didn't have a great game. I'm not going to gas him up for having a great game. But when you have goal scorers on the pitch, they just need a moment now and again. And Jota's finish, you lot saw it was crisp. Slalom, it was very similar to the goal he scored against Arsenal a few seasons ago. I don't know if you remember. Jota did. Yeah, was it Jota who scored against Arsenal like that? No, Bobby Firmino's goal.
Mustafi and
Yeah. So, but yeah, they made it hard. Obviously, the talking point was that tackle. I said it in the group. I was actually horrified with that tackle. Like, jokes aside, if it was any one of our players, like, that's one of those, you have to ban those kind of tackles, because that's ruining a man's career, like his livelihood. Like, that could put him out of the game forever. That's how nasty that tackle was. And for that Tierney mother to look at that tackle and say, yeah, minor. These people have to be held accountable, man. These people have to be held accountable. Every ref under the sun, ex-ref, pundit, player said that is wild. Duncan Ferguson, who's the most Everton guy you ever see, said that was crazy, ludicrous tackle. So, but yeah, Fulham away is always nasty for us. Always. Doesn't matter how good or how bad we are. Fulham away is always awkward for some strange reason. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm expecting another awkward game this weekend. Especially after they lost in it last game.
Fulham.
They lost to us.
Yeah.
So they're going to be a bit frustrated, even though they could have got equaliser at the end, or with that guy who missed the chance. What's his name?
Well, he missed the chance he should have scored. Then he scored after the miss.
Afterwards, yeah. So I'm expecting an awkward game. I'm not going to lie. I don't think it's going to be comfortable, but I just want this over and done with, man. Like, I need to celebrate properly, officially, instead of just eagerly anticipating it. But yeah, I'm expecting an awkward game, because they're always good at home against us. But yeah, we should see it through. You know what I mean? I don't know what to expect lineup-wise, selection-wise. Jota probably keeps his place. You know what I mean? The noise around Nunez, he's off. So he's not good. He's going to hold bench again. So yeah, man, I'm expecting an awkward game.
Neb was asking about how that goal wasn't offside.
Yeah, argue with the rules. I agree it should be offside, because the rules state that players said not to be interfering with play. But I agree, and most people do agree that the rules need changing, not the referee's decision or the call. That was the right call. It was the right decision because they followed the letter of the law.
All right, let's do predictions then. Fulham, Liverpool. Are you there, Saeed? Yeah.
Sorry. Fulham. Fulham have tailed off in it, guys, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're such a yo-yo team, man. It's like
on the beach.
Yeah, they're on the beach. Yeah.
Guess who still gifted them 3 points?
Yeah, no, you're a dead team.
Exactly, brother.
I'm gonna go with Liverpool to win 2-0.
2-0. I'm gonna go Liverpool to win 2-1. TOBS.
I'm gonna go Liverpool to win. No, 2-1 as well.
2-1. Steve.
Yeah, same. 2-1.
GRIZZ.
Tactics in it. I was gonna say 2-1, but everyone's gone 2-1.
Yeah, but you're worried. You need to worry about Matisse.
I know I can't worry about Matisse. Matisse is making his own shit up at the end.
Yeah, I know, but you go with the one that you think he's gonna go with. He has to change his mind.
2-1.
He doesn't know shit about what I'm
doing.
You know why? Because I don't know what I'm doing.
I'm surprised no one's gone draw, because
it's an awkward one. I'm not gonna lie.
Because if they lose this one, then definitely on the beach, because they can stay. They're still within touch and distance of European places.
At home, though, they're not. Yeah, they're a bit such. Yeah, I don't know.
Draw
2-0 Liverpool. Nice try, Turkish.
Message me when it ends a draw, yeah? Right,
Listen, I've got my tactics on how to catch up, and it don't involve doing some fuckery.
Say no more. Letter of the law, I hear it. Letter of the law. Last, we talk Fulham Arsenal. I mean, I'm not going to say much about the game. It's a big up Saka, comes back, hits the ground running, gets a goal, lights up the stadium. Love to see it. Perfect return. But it's the Gabriel thing has just soured it all, because it's like one out, one in, one out in terms of big players that we need against Real Madrid. On top of that, no kind of Fury and no Ben White. Yeah, he interrupted me to leave. Just leave, brother. Just fucking leave. Man said sorry and left. I don't know what's wrong with this guy. Where was I? Yeah, no Fury and White means that we are kind of juggling right now. I need to see against Everton what we have. And then the question is, do you play what you have and risk it again to get some sort of chemistry out of them? Or do you protect the ones you need to protect? I don't know. There's nothing left for us in the league, but whatever Mikel does, he does. And he just needs to line us up for Madrid. But yeah, great to see Saka back. But that Gabriel news is a massive. But I mean, outside looking in for you lot, I know there's a lot of conversation. This is our third hamstring surgery of the season. There's a lot of conversation about amongst us Arsenal fans, why, how, training, the excessive running, back-to-back title races against City, not adequate transfer window. Do you lot, like, you're not Arsenal fans, obviously, do you lot outside looking in just label it a coincidence, or do you look at it and think maybe the style of football has played a part? Obviously, the most intense teams have been Steve, City, GRIZZ, Liverpool over the last 10 years. Did anything materialize similar to what we're seeing now? I don't know.
I think the game's changed a lot. Me and Saeed spoke about it before. I feel like years ago, centre half used to be a great position to have a breather. I played centre half. That's why I used to like having a breather. I give them the ball in midfield and say, "You fuck off up there. I'm knackered. Just give me 5 minutes." Now centre halves are encouraged to get as further forward as they can with the ball, so they're involved in the game more. You've got fullbacks who out and out fullbacks back in the day didn't really used to overlap a lot, but now they're coming into midfield. You know what I mean? I feel like the game's a lot. People are covering a lot more ground. If you look at the kilometers per match, the players are running and they're playing more games as well. And it's literally every 3 days, there's a game. If you're involved in every cup competition, when City won them trophies that season, or every cup they won, the FA Cup, the League Cup, and the Prem, some of the games I remember near the end of the season, we were patching players up left, right, and centre. We were literally. And it's you've got to be credit to the manager as well. Klopp was the same. These games where he'd love to play his best team, but you go to the stadium. I don't know if GRIZZ can vouch that you go to the stadium in a title running and you think, hold on a minute, Why is he not playing? Why is he fucking about with the team? He's not fucking about with the team. Literally, the players are coming to him and saying, my hamstring's tight or my calf's feeling tight. And he's thinking, shit, I might lose him for the running. I've got to bring him out. So I think the medical staff are all under it a lot more than what they was. And I feel like there's definitely a problem with the games. I mean, in our country, they don't protect them as well as other countries. They'll give them a rest if there's a Champions League game to help them out. We're not, mate. Look at this end of season thing, which straight out into the World Club Cup and that. It's, I think it's something to do with the game, man. They're flogging him.
Yeah, I think Arteta as well has to be part of the blame as well, man. The overload, the lack of rotation. He's playing every game, man. Gabriel, Saka as well. Before that, and these are muscle injuries. We're not saying they're knee injuries or whatever. These are muscular injuries. So
you know what it is?
There's definitely an overload in there, and Arteta needs to manage it a bit more for me because these guys are playing too many games, and the schedule's ridiculous anyway. So Arteta has to understand that and rotate the squad. Use your squad wisely. That's what I would say.
Well, Pep's come out and said this season that he used to work with a 22-man squad. He said he's made a mistake. It's got to be a 27 to a 30-man squad now. So I feel like the next season, you're going to see everyone's squad, I think, increase a lot more.
100%. It's a learning process. Same with Klopp. Pep learned it. Klopp learned it. Klopp learned the hard way. We picked up same type of injuries, injury after injury, because Klopp style, and I've spoken about Arsenal style being similar. Turkish, I've spoken to you quite about it as well, in terms of the high intensity pressing, energy all around the pitch. And then when you get in a mode of winning games and you haven't quite got over the edge like Arsenal haven't, it's all about having the balls to change it and trusting your squad. And he's not at that level yet where he trusts the full amount of players in his squad. And it's a learning process. Klopp didn't either. You could easily pick the same Liverpool team, but then we started picking up injuries, and then he started learning, and that's when we started winning the league. When he brought in the likes of Shaqiri and all these guys that were Divock Origi, played active roles in our league winning seasons, as squad players, squad members. So I think Arteta, I'm with SAEED. It's a learning process, but he should have learned by now. This is the only surprise for me is like he should have learned this season, but he didn't. I guess you go again next season. You know what I mean? But he's got to learn, and you've got to increase the quality of your squad, like we all will, like we will have to.
It's a shame because I wanted to see a competitive game between Arsenal and Real Madrid, and I feel like that's just kind of ruined it a little bit. But it's just football, isn't it?
It's hurt us for sure.
Yeah.
I just don't know what our defense is going to be like. I need to see Sunday because Ben White wasn't even on the bench against Fulham. If he was on the bench, I would have said put Ben White next to Saliba, leave Timber right back, MLS left back. Cool. Kivior, Kivior's a decent third, fourth choice centre back. I don't mind him there, but we're talking about him starting against basically Rodrigo on that side, and not just him. They overload whichever side they think they're going to get the best out of. They got Bellingham in behind running all up. So
is Calafiori out?
Yeah.
Is Calafiori out?
Yeah, Calafiori. Yeah, he done his knee on international break as well. Remember that slip?
No, let me ask you a question. Would you play Declan Rice at centre back if you had to?
You know what the problem with that is, yeah? You moved right now, the situation we're in. If you move Declan Rice centre back, then you pretty much need Mourinho as your number 8, but Mourinho's our number 9 now. So it's just because I don't know what Jorginho.
Saka's back. Obviously,
no, I know, but if you take Rice out the midfield now, it's only Jorginho left that can come in.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah,
do you get it? And it's going to be Jorginho, Partey, and to be honest with you, and with Odegaard's form in front of, oh my god, I don't know.
You're asking for trouble.
You can't do that against Madrid.
Yeah.
I think Rice would make a magnificent.
He started his career as a centre back, bro.
He did play centre back. Yeah.
To be honest with you,
he's not
he'd be the ultimate modern day centre back, but there's no way you can.
We can't afford to lose him in the midfield. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I don't mind going double pivot, Partey and Rice, protect the back line and see what we can get. But then our main set piece threat is now gone. As much as our main corner taker in Saka's back, Gabriel's gone. So it's just
I was just about to say,
it has a knock-on effect to it. But listen, Everton's a tester. Let's see where we're at. See who's back. If Ben White gets 30 off the bench, then maybe you start him. A big risk.
What was his injury, by the way, Ben White?
Ben White's, I think was it knee? Ben White's been playing through injury for like 12, 18 months prior to that.
Okay.
But I think it's knee. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think it was knee.
Stayed on the sunbed too long. Got burnt.
Burnt his knee. There was some super chats, I believe. This one's not on Arsenal, but it's for me. Mike says, "You're a Fenerbahce fan, right? Yep. What do you think of Jose punching up my manager? Thugs, mate. Jokes aside, Turkish football is hilarious. Did you guys see what happened?
That was a dive, man.
That was a dive, man.
That was a dive, man. I'm with Josie on this one. Man just fell to the ground as soon as he touched.
He loves doing all that though, didn't he? With Madrid when he gouged someone's eyeball or something last time.
Oh, was it Tito Valenizo? Was it Tito Valenizo?
But you'd think he'd calm down in his old age. Yeah, man's still crazy.
So.
Yeah,
but that Turkish league, that just suits him, man. That suits Mourinho out of the ground because everything's wild. The fans, the owners, the fucking police dogs, the players, they're all wild, and he just loves a bit of wildness, doesn't he?
He loves it. He loves it. Trust me. He's not doing what he should be doing, but he might not make it to next season, but he loves it.
What's going on? You second in the league?
Yeah, second in the league. We just got that was a cup game. We just got Osimhen, by the way, that first goal.
I'm liking what I'm seeing. I can't lie.
Oh, Osimhen, that was a finish. But yeah, they just knocked us out the cup. We're second. We're not going to win it. Well, we're only a couple of games off, but it's unlikely. Last season,
you got a game in hand. You got to win that game in hand.
But what he's picked up is our manager last season got 99 points. The only reason we didn't
why did you sack him
is because Galatasaray got 100 points.
Why did you sack the manager that got you 99 points, one defeat all season?
Like Steve said, it's Wild West out in Turkey, bro.
You see what happened after when they didn't win the league? They were literally rioting, bro.
It ain't a joke.
It was crazy.
99 points.
99. What you think GRIZZ can talk? Man got 99 points and we didn't win the league. All right, cool. We got Mike. Let me get this one in. Ican says, all right, guys, can you settle our group beef? Who is the better right winger, Saka or Rodrigo? Saka for me, but they're aesthetically so different. Aesthetically, for a winger, I love the way Rodrigo plays, but Saka is the better winger.
Bro. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's one of them where, like, I don't know, man.
You know the difference for me, because I'm saying it like it's cut and dry. For me, Saka's shown that he can be the lead player in your attack. He's shown that he can carry a little, whereas Rodrigo's emergence has come amongst other people being the leaders.
I was going to say, yeah,
that's the difference for me. I'm not saying Rodrigo can't do that given the opportunity, but if you ask me my number one choice for left wing. Because Rodrigo's really a left winger. I'd say Rodrigo's perfect.
He's not really right
on
the
left wing.
If you took out Saka out of the Arsenal team, you see there's a clear difference. Rodrigo, I think they manage.
That's not the question, though, is it?
Yeah, but they've got stars. I think it's Saka, man. Saka does it for club and country. Yeah. Every stage he's done it. Like, he's ultra consistent. For me, it's Saka.
Yeah.
But a lot of people in the chat saying
that's rough. That's tough because like
Rodrigo's cold. Rodrigo's cold.
Yeah,
I'd love him on the left. I'd love him on the left. Different type of winger to Saka. Perfect, complement to the attack. And he might be actually he won't be.
My thing is if Rodrigo if he was at left wing and he was given the keys in the top team, I think he would. He'd be doing a madness.
Yeah, not saying he wouldn't. Yeah, that's why I want him.
Yeah.
That's why I want him. Any more on Arsenal?
Let me your man out in there, and you lot just show up.
Well, you support Barca now, yeah?
No, but
the best
the
best man winning in football is Lamine Yamal. Just to let you know. So all of this.
Now, Faiz, you said that about a few months ago.
Yeah. Early Joe says last season we barely had any injuries, excluding Partey and Timber. This season we've had injuries from the start. Not really Mikel's fault. Joe, you have to what I said in the summer is you don't get many seasons like we had last season where it's a clean record. So expect that it's not going to be a clean record moving forward. Don't cut 4 attackers out, bring Sterling in and think that's okay. There's some blame there for sure. Obviously it's unlucky. Like look at Saka comes back, Gabriel goes out, but like come on, it's also not tackles that's doing it. It's muscle injuries that you can put to extensive games over the last 2 years. So you can't just completely take away some of that blame. All right, predictions. Everton, Arsenal, SAEED.
Oh, it's 12:30 kickoff. I don't know, man. This is a weird one. I'm going to go Arsenal to win 2-1.
2-1 Arsenal.
Anything can happen in this game. 12:30, just madness.
Under the lights. 12:30 under the lights.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm going 1-1.
Yeah, trust me, bro. I hear you, man. This is
Goodison, yeah.
Goodison,
1-1. Yeah, Goodison Park. And like I said, it's going to be testing the waters with the defense we have. Timber also picked up something. Does he start this one? I don't know. But yeah,
TOBS. Focus in it.
I can see a jammy Arsenal win, so I'm going to go probably Arsenal 2-1.
Steve.
What is saying?
Same. It's 1-0, yeah?
Yeah.
GRIZZ.
1-1.
1-1. Matisse? Look at what Beto did against Liverpool, man. Our defense is shredded, bro.
Oh, now he's doing reverse.
I'm trying to help my brothers out, man.
Yeah. 2-1 Arsenal.
2-1 Arsenal. So we've got 3 2-1s, 1-1-1, and a 1-0 from Steve. That's the predictions in. Super chats left, coming up to 2 hours. Hit the like button, people. Let's get to 2,000 likes while we'll run through the remaining super chats. Philippe says, can't lie. Prefer these times as an Aussie. Big up Matisse. Belated happy birthday, bro. Toby, I hope you are free of Ange. De Bruyne, what a legend. Icon. Big up Philippe, man. Well done.
Yeah, sorry. Did you watch Ange's interview, man?
Oh my God.
I forgot to bring that up whilst these was arguing, because that's the only he really tried to avert the whole like cupping of the hand.
Yeah, bro. How dare you? You did what you did, bro. Like, own up to it, man.
You see the initial interview, not the one where he sits
down.
The
initial one. Oh, yeah.
When the guy asked him, he's like acting shocked. Brother, you knew that they're gonna ask you about that.
Was that one of the most cringiest things you've seen from him? Like
he's done.
He's a liar, bro. Like he knew what he did, and then he just
a liar, man.
He is a liar. He's lied. He cupped his ears in jest, and he was basically telling the Spurs, trying to say like, haha, I told you so to the Spurs fans. Then he tried to lie and say that's what I was using to try and hear them celebrate. That's not what you do to gesture to get people. You do like because when Odegaard's doing this, like, that's what you do. You don't do this. You do this when you're jeering people.
Especially if the away crowd, like he's been speculated, was saying you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, he's waffling, man. He's waffling.
You know, it's a shame because he was a likable character. I used to enjoy his press conferences and that, and his jokes and that. Like, but yeah, he's just not good, man.
That's what the Premier League can do to you. James says people need to be more honest about the hypocrisy of the Premier League with bending their own rules in allowing teams to take loans from their own owners. And what I'll say about this before Matisse loses it, I mean, when I see things like that, I assume we're talking about the women's team being sold and things like that, right? When I see things like that, I don't cry. I look at my club and ask, why don't you find these same fucking loopholes and start making some bread? Because we also need to sign some top players. Not in the fashion they do it, but I'm not going to cry. If there's loopholes there, then I can't cry about them, taking advantage. I'd rather my club also do the same thing because they're not breaking any laws. So I get the whole, look at what they're doing.
Right now.
Huh?
No, it's not right now. It's when we're just not. If you change the rules, we won't do it.
But I'm not saying that but I'm saying you never know. In 5-6 years' time, there might be an investigation. So
they can't investigate something where it's legal.
You see, this is what gets me about the City thing, right? So why would Manchester City go to all them lengths to try and get companies to not do money and this, that, and the other when Sheikh Mansour could have just borrowed his team an interest-free loan like everybody else did?
Yeah, but that's where I go. This is why
we could have done that, no problem. With interest-free loan, exactly the same, 200 million, 300 million, and then not done that. This is why people need to use the brain and don't jump on bandwagons and shit. You know what I mean? Out of Man United, there's a bookmaker dished out scarves at Old Trafford on Sunday with 115 on for the Man United fans, when Man United are the only team that has been charged in Manchester for breaking FFP rules. It's a bit fucking weird to me, but they're a bunch of fucking weirdos anyway, so crack on. They're giving out scarves that's got 115 on for the United fans to hold up. It's basically to advertise.
I've seen that, yeah.
But I mean, it's a bit fucking strange when you've been charged for breaking FFP yourself and we haven't. So crack on, man.
And to be honest, we can slate Chelsea's ownership for a hell of a lot for sure, but they're, what would you call it, business acumen or whatever it is, to find all these loopholes to take advantage of. I mean, you know, other clubs can learn from that and maybe just that from what they've done. But yeah, look at this loans thing that the Premier League were forced to change. So the loans have started taking on market rate interest now, if they're from the directors or the ownership. Nishit says, big up the Big Six. Love to you all. And I love this timing. I always miss the live shows at the usual time, but long time fan. Thanks for the content. Big up, my brother. I'm glad that you've caught this one, because listen, we get hella views after the live, and a lot of people do say one day I'll catch a live. So big up, love for the super chat. Ib says, question for the panel, Dragon Ball Z settings. If you could have two of your current players to fuse together to create the ultimate baller in your squad, who are you picking?
The current team.
Oh, the current team.
The weird question though, man, because if I say Saliba and Saka, what kind of baller do I get?
Yeah.
Where does he play? Because I'd probably say Saliba and
maybe he means the quality pick up.
No, he means fuse two players.
What does that mean?
It's just underwhelming that you got to pick between the current teams and not history. Historic.
What does fuse together mean?
Like blend. Van Dijk and, I don't know, Trent and Van Dijk if you want, or something.
Trent and Van Dijk's a good one.
Yeah, that's probably the best fuse, actually.
There you go.
Yeah. But then you know that's a defensive player.
I'll probably go.
Yeah, but you could pick a best ultimate attack.
I'll go Reece James and Caicedo if I fuse them together. That'd be a madness. Yeah, that'd be a madness. Because I'm trying to make it make sense. If you fuse together, like you said, Saliba and Saka, it's kind of what the fuck is that?
Sense,
So I've got right back, right
center. Yeah, but you're fusing a guy that plays 3 games a season with your 100.
Yeah, so I'm giving him Caicedo's
fucked, bro. He's on the table.
Caicedo's durability and putting it with James, bro. That's why I said
Caicedo can now bomb up and down the wings if he wants, but he's gonna be injured more time. Yeah.
No, we're taking the best parts. That's what he said, no?
I would fuse Kevin De Bruyne and Rodri, best player on the planet.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but
you're not going to do no KDB slander with the injuries, no?
Yeah, it's current.
Current.
Yeah, but KDB's been there, done that.
No, current.
Current, mate. His contract runs out in June, mate. His contract runs out in June.
Yeah, but if you fuse this KDB with Rodri, Rodri's going to get another fucking injury. He's going to
That's what I'm saying. Shit, that's what I'm saying.
Trent and Virgil's a sick one, because that's the
yeah, that's the best one. Yeah. That's the best one.
What about Havertz and Jesus?
Get the fuck out.
They still couldn't score regularly, bro.
Oh shit!
See, Saeed didn't even ask the question.
Highland and Squirksy.
Yeah, Saeed didn't ask the question.
Like, I'm not even allowed to say what I'm going to say.
Saeed didn't want to answer the question.
Really? I'm respectfully not answering this question. You know, I'm real.
Oh, shut up, man!
I'm staying out of this.
How can you be such a pussy?
What do you mean by like, bro? Right now, we ain't got the. I've got one player.
Think about it.
Have the facilities.
Facilities, man.
I'm
a Diallo. Kobe Mainu.
Oh, that's fair.
Highland and Squirtsy. Squiland. What a striker. What a striker Squiland would be. I reckon Squiland would get about 5 in a season.
Couple pennies. Blicky says, what's the ideal scenario for each of your teams in exactly a year's time? Realistically, though, squad, transfers, manager, and League Cup position. Hold tight, Blicky, because that is one of the videos I have on the agenda. We're linking up this month and we're linking up end of May. And I think that's more looking into next season. And that's one of the content pieces we're going to do. So hold tight on that one, my brother. It'll be out soon enough. Carl said, you lot should decide at the end of the season what's been the best, worst mob watch along. There have been some trash Big Six games this season. Not going to lie. Yeah, I mean, we can do. Maybe that's the end of season wrap up on the last watch along we do. Maybe we add that to the end. But we'll keep it in mind, Kyle. Big up. Ian says, well, lads, you each have to pick one person from each other's team to add to yours, and why? Can't pick the same players. Can't pick the same players.
Oh,
I get what you're saying. But it's that's we'll be here all night then if we come. I'll take Haaland for obvious reasons.
You who's taking what?
Cole Palmer.
Haaland.
Oh. You're taking Cole Palmer. You need goals, bro.
Brother, he scores goals.
Yeah, he gets goals, bro.
What
kind of recency bias is this?
What's wrong with this?
Unks is cooked.
Brother, he does everything, bro.
They create chances. They need the goal scorer. They need Jota.
No, they don't need Jota. Jota can't even stay fit.
Answer. I'm answering. Like, can I not answer? Like,
Jota can't stay fit. If you're picking someone from another club, you don't pick Jota.
Yeah,
no disrespect. Can do better.
I'll take Maddison because he's the best number 10 in the league.
Genius.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'll take. I'd probably take Saliba.
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense.
I'll take Alisson. I'm tired of my goalkeeper.
Wait, that keeper yesterday.
He saved him at the end, though. It's mad.
He did.
Yeah, but that was. I think it was a camera save. It wasn't all that. Like
it's not something to hype.
Yeah. But
it wasn't as good as Vicario's save at the other end.
Vicario was the save.
Nah,
that was a top save.
That was a save. That was a class save. Big up John as well, back in the building. Turkish, saw your AFTV video. 85% board, 15% Arteta. He's been in the Champions League for only 2 years and reached back-to-back quarters. Our last quarters was in 2010. Been one constant between 2010 and 2025, and it's not Arteta. It's the board, 100%. Mo's asking, question for everyone. Who would you pick, Prime, Modric, or Pirlo?
Wow.
Modric. And that's no disrespect, but Modric.
Yeah. I think I'd have to agree. It's tight. I'd have to agree.
Yeah, for me it's not that tight, but respect.
Yeah. But we're talking primes, because obviously the longevity of Modric always comes into it. Even though Pirlo had longevity of his own in that era, he went from like an 8 to a 6, and I'd leave Modric. I'd say Modric. Yeah. Anyone disagree?
Yeah. No.
All good. Last one here. Actually, big up Blicky as well, gifting 5 Big 6 memberships. Apologies to the members as well. We don't do enough, but the plans are to do that. And obviously, FM, hopefully, end of the year, that might be something that makes sense. Last question here from Raji saying, where do you guys think striker 10s like Bergkamp would fit in modern day systems? Would they have had to play false 9 or play somewhere else?
False 9, probably for me.
Yeah, Cantona.
Cantona.
Yeah,
false 9. Yeah.
Even Berbatov, if you want to, he's probably a false 9 in this.
Yeah.
Zola might be a false 9.
Pep probably played Bergkamp at left back.
Inverting and that.
Inverting striker. On that note, I think that is it, people. If I've missed any, apologies. We've hit more than 2 hours, so hopefully we've hit 2,000 likes. If we haven't, make it happen. Obviously, if you're watching after, love, hit the like button, individual channels. And listen, sometimes people moan about elongated sponsorship segments. I haven't mentioned a sponsor once on this show. So do us a favor, do me a favor, go show Manscaped some love. TB620 is the code for 20% off. There's a link in the description. It should automatically apply it, but just make sure you're using that code so they know you're coming through us. Support the channel by supporting the sponsor. I use their stuff as well. As you can see, quite hairy here, and I'll be hairy enough here soon as 2 soon. All right, people, hit that like button, make sure you subscribe, show Manscaped some love, individual channels, all of that. We're back. Mob Sunday, Big 6 show Monday. Peace.